Whistle live stream here in Lombard Studios.
Straight out of Lombard.
We've been here for years. As always, here with you, I am Tyler, Yeo Ball and Chain Buterball, along with
Andrew Pepe Valentin.
David Double D Dykstra. I'm taking the day off and just kind of chilling and letting you guys do your thing.
Oh, so you're gonna Tom it? Is that what you're gonna do?
Listen, man.
Like when me and Tom talk the NBA, David will just sit there and look pretty, and you'll actually look pretty because
I do.
he's a gorgeous man.
He is. He very much is.
Very gorgeous man.
I'm a ginger pepper.
Ginger pepper. We'll go with that.
That sounds like the whitest, spiciest thing I've ever heard.
Wouldn't you like to be a ginger pepper too?
I can see that on a Chipotle menu. I love Chipotle, but anyways.
Sounds like the grossest Chipotle
Are we
thing
really going to go
ever.
down this route? Because like 5 minutes from now,
I mean,
all
we're
going to have to hear is Andrew going, hungry.
Yeah, well, I already ate chips at a Rice
Because I already
Krispies,
mentioned
so-
about Taco Tuesday.
Yeah,
I'm having
so-
tacos
Yeah,
today.
let's not talk about your Taco Tuesday. It's not for everyone, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my
Wait,
god.
you don't like tacos?
He's got to
Wait,
make.
you not American?
He's got to make it
Huh?
explicit. Just want some. I want to eat some tacos without thinking anything naughty.
How can you eat a taco and not think naughty?
It's food.
You're un-American.
It's food.
Yeah, food is innately sexual. Do you really want to go down this rabbit hole with me?
Maybe we'll save it for the end.
Think about every emoji that's out there.
Okay.
Yeah, don't see.
All right. You make a point.
This has been the strangest start to any show we've done.
Like
I think.
eggplants and peaches.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cherries.
Okay. Cherries. Okay. You make.
What
a good
about
point.
arugula?
Go find
It's a
something.
little peppery.
All right.
Trying to think of other weird foods now. I don't know.
Durian.
Durian sucks. That thing smells so bad.
Not the first time those words have come out of Andrew's mouth.
Is that what we're doing? Is that your thing today?
Only when,
David's thing today
Only
is
when
that's what she said jokes all show long.
only when it is appropriate to say no.
It's happened like in the last 30 minutes.
Listen,
like
man, I
5
can't help
times.
it.
He's got
When you go, it's too short,
And I was talking about Tyler.
or it doesn't fit in the hole. Wow.
That's even worse. So this is how we're starting the show.
Absolutely.
Good night.
He set the premise, so
That's fair.
Premise.
Premise.
Precedent.
whatever.
Potato.
Yeah.
Tomato.
Tomato.
Tomato, cucumber, whatever.
Taco.
Okay, well, it's taco, so
Some people might say different.
Pico de gallo.
whoever says
pickled
who
de
says
gallo,
taco?
There'd be some.
Tortilla.
Some people would say taco.
It's like
Guacamole,
it's a
guacamole.
gyro, not a gyro.
Oh, it drives me crazy. When people
God.
say- Or a gyro.
Learn how to say it.
Gyro.
Gyro's my favorite.
Gyro.
Oh my god.
Gyro's my favorite.
Hey,
I'm not
you're
even-
missing a gyro over there in your car. That's what you're missing. That's exactly what goes through my
Missing
mind
a
every
gyro
time.
in your car.
Yeah. You need one of them gyros fixed over there.
All right. Sports.
Yes.
Football. We're going to talk all about the divisional games that happened over the last weekend, and then we're going to talk a little of the conference championships that we have coming up in this upcoming weekend, and we'll touch a little NBA. Yeah, why not? Because we missed it out.
We didn't do it yesterday.
We didn't do it yesterday, as
No.
I just ranted about my Frontier experience, so we're not going to be sponsored by Frontier.
I mean, it was fun, so.
And don't forget,
The greatest segment of them all, You're Killing Me Smalls. And if you guys have You're Killing Me Smalls, please send them to us and hashtag You're Killing Me Smalls to our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at BlowTWhistle1.
or just
BLOWTWHIST.
email Andrew because that's what you guys like to do.
Yeah, or you can email. I was going to say you can email us, but you guys
'Cause
like to
guess
email
what?
Andrew more.
Yes.
I got a nice one for someone who emailed Andrew about me. You punk.
Yeah.
You punk ass. That's going to come.
Come on here.
I didn't say anything except tell him what it
here.
was.
Come here. I dare you. I dare you.
You tried us with the lawnmower. You think
It's
you're going
the
to try
same-
us again?
You think it's the same guy?
Probably is, jackass.
Same dude.
Same dude.
We made comments the other day that My son and my daughter are looking for cars. We got my son a car, but they went on Marketplace and messaged all these people. Never heard back from them. I looked at Dominic and I said, all you got to do is put a lawnmower on there and you'll get hundreds of requests.
I almost told Dom, I was just like, I usually get messaged back. I'm like, oh wait, I'm still kicked out of Marketplace, so I don't.
Exactly.
Thanks to you, jackass.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Let's go over these
The only
divisions.
thing that goes through my mind when he says that word is Happy Gilmore. Jackass.
Jackass. All right, boys. Let's go through these divisional round games. I'm going to go down the list. Let's start off. Jags and Chiefs. Chiefs move on. They beat the Jags 27-20. So, I mean, I picked the Jaguars to cover, so that hit.
Yep.
Which was nice.
Thanks for the field goal.
Yeah. That needed it.
Thanks for the field goal at the end of the game.
Thank God.
So, I mean, I think before the game happened, I think we all picked the Chiefs to win this. But, I mean, hell of a run by the Jaguars.
Absolutely.
Well, and they were, 2 mistakes away from being right in this game?
Probably,
It wasn't
yeah.
for the fumble.
Fumble and the interception.
Yeah.
I mean,
was...
2 mistakes at critical moments.
We could have seen an overtime game or a different outcome.
Yeah.
It would
Especially with a certain someone, gimping around the field the rest of the game, which I have to take issue with.
Him playing or?
Yeah. At
Okay.
what point? Your dude, your backup, sets a franchise record 98-yard drive to score a touchdown.
Yeah.
And your ego won't let you sit the rest of the game.
I mean, I understand.
I have issues with that. Henny proved that he could move the ball,
Right.
move it well, and get stuff done. Worst case scenario, I get that your ankle doesn't feel bad right now, dude, but it's a high ankle sprain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I understand that, Patrice. But a week from now, 2 weeks from now, it's going to feel like crap.
Yeah.
So my issue with that is, why not start the treatment then and there? Let Chad Henne do what he does best and come off the bench and shock the world, because he's done it once before. Everybody was completely shocked that he led that drive 98 yards.
I don't think
was
anyone
like,
expected that.
I was like, he did it 2 years ago with the scramble for the first down.
Right.
Yeah.
That solidified the game. And everybody's like, what the? It's Chad Henne. Like, it's the system more than it is anything.
I mean, I get it, but I think it was also, Mahomes' mindset was it's the playoffs, do or die. If this was a blowout, then of course.
And I understand that it's the playoffs.
And it was a close game.
But you also have to realize, and I think this is where a lot of the quarterbacks in today's game are really hindered. Because we've seen it time and time again, quarterbacks trying to fight through injuries that they shouldn't probably be fighting through, because now you're more of a detriment to your football team than you are a help.
All right.
And he was teetering that fence very carefully.
I mean, I think when it comes to Mahomes, it's just a matter of he's more than willing to put in the effort because he's very competitive. So I think that was probably the reason why he went out and played. And look, he played well. I mean, he still went out there and played very well. And yeah, Henne did a great job just being kind of the field general, but he throws the touchdown pass, but at the end of the day, if it wasn't for the run game that they still had too, I don't know how much of that drive really counts for much either. So I don't take anything away from Chad Henne, but I think still having Patrick Mahomes out there, there's a different level of what the defense has to adjust to with Mahomes instead of Chad Henne. Chad Henne and what he can do. He's not Patrick Mahomes, and we all know that. Sure, can he sling the ball? Sure, he can sling the ball, but he can't do it like Mahomes
Where's
can.
Hilaire at?
Clyde Edwards-Helaire
He's still on the IR, I believe.
Yeah, he's still on IR.
Still on the
Hurt
IR.
himself again
Yeah.
this year?
Yeah,
And
he
he's-
came back, and then he went back on the IR again.
Yeah.
That's
and
what's really hurting him.
He's probably not coming back, so this is probably it for him.
I would take a flyer on him. Nothing too expensive. But
He's not
He's
a bad
solid,
back.
He's a great all-around back.
Yeah.
I'd take a flyer on him for a team that's looking for a running back.
As long as he's not asking for a lot.
Yeah.
I do want to say one thing. Words that will probably never, ever, ever come out of my mouth again. Kudos to you, Patrick Mahomes' wife, for tweeting out, anything is possible after the 98-yard drive.
Yeah.
Hey, that's the most we've heard from her
You have to
the whole
admit,
season.
Looking at her, I wouldn't expect her to be able to put out something like that. She put that out there. Bravo.
Hey, I'd rather have that tweet than a Jackson Mahomes TikTok.
That's like nails on a chalkboard to me. Like almost. That's just.
Why do you despise dad jokes so much?
It's not that I despise them.
Yes, you
It's
do.
just
You despise
that
her.
The hatred is palpable.
maybe I'll understand when I am a father. I don't know. It's just I don't know.
You're gonna
Corny jokes to me. Corny jokes to me just don't land on like some original ones
you don't
can.
have an appreciation
Listen,
for him, though.
you will audibly hear
Maybe.
yourself being your father and be like, what in the blue hell am I doing?
I already do. Whenever I'm on the phone with a robot that goes, press 1 if you need to talk. I just want to talk to a representative.
Oh, I always.
That's me. That's my father every time.
I just always say, "Take me to a real person."
well,
Is it
yeah.
bad that I thought that was going to come out Spanish instead of...
No, my dad doesn't yell in Spanish. He doesn't. In fact, he's somebody who, if you ever see him, please do not talk Spanish to him. It's not his favorite thing. Please. That's why we didn't buy a car from company that will not be mentioned that we live close to. Dealer tried to speak to my dad in Spanish as soon as he found out what he was. My dad's like, yeah, we're not buying a car from here. Not going to happen. Not putting up with this. All right. It's fine by me.
I had a coworker that.
Does he hate your ethnicity?
No, he just doesn't like when people try to speak to him in Spanish. It's just his
Weird.
thing.
Is it just because
Well, he grew up mostly here in Illinois.
So he knows,
here in
like, obviously
Illinois,
he's
so.
fluent in English? So
He
like,
can
just
speak
to-
Spanish, but
Well,
yeah,
yeah.
he just rather would speak English. I don't know.
Okay.
Go figure. There's your life lesson about me. Moving on.
At least you're not a person that is not fluent in Spanish and tries to speak Spanish to Spanish speakers.
Yeah.
Okay, Quiero Taco Bell.
I had a coworker.
those are fun.
I had a coworker. Customers like, do you speak Spanish? And he just goes, muy pequeño. And they go like on a whole statement. He's like, let me find you a translator. I'm like, just say no. just say you
no.
can't speak Spanish.
Yeah.
Un poquito.
Un poquito. All right, so obviously Chiefs move on to the AFC championship game.
Yeah.
And the next one following up that day was the Eagles and Giants. Eagles,
Fell asleep at halftime.
I turned it off at halftime. Eagles
There's
pounded
no point.
the Giants 38-7. I'm not going to lie, I did not expect it to be this much of a blowout, just the way how the Giants have been playing. And Dable's been arguably the coach of the year.
I Dable would scheme.
You didn't see much of that.
Out-scheme Sirianni. Because my personal opinion is I don't think Sirianni's that good of a head coach.
I think he's more of a manager than he is really the coach. So
And plus, he's got a hell of a talent.
I think that's what this is. I think
surrounded
this was talent that superseded the Giants, where Dable, I think, is the better coach. It's just that the Eagles are just I think, overall best team, best roster in the
Jalen Hurts
NFL.
is having his best year.
Yeah.
He's got weapons now.
He's got a ton of weapons. They ran the ball for almost 300 yards.
Yeah.
I mean, and your second best running back led the team in rushing yards. So
Yeah, did not
take
see
that for what
coming.
you will. Like,
Gainwell,
yeah,
112 rushing yards, led the team.
It
Get rid
shows
of Miles
that.
Sanders. I dare you.
That would be silly.
Get him cheaper than you get Saquon.
True.
You could get Bijan though. That's a lot better. You know that would be
How
nasty.
many- Now, wait a minute.
You know that would be nasty.
Real question.
Yeah.
How many Texas?
I'm not saying take him to the top of the draft.
How many Texas running backs have hit in the NFL?
What? 3, maybe?
I was gonna say I'm still trying to dig.
The only ones I can think of right now really is Earl Campbell and Ricky Williams.
And Ricky's.
And Ricky just borderlined it because he just hit 10,000 yards with the Dolphins as a backup. So I mean, you never know with the guy, right? I mean,
we want to talk about Cedric Benson here for a second, boys.
Stetson Bennett? Or Cedric Benson? Sorry.
Stetson Bennett.
the late Cedric Benson, mind you.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
But, yeah, no, he was bad. He was bad, and then he went to the Bengals. He had like 2 years where he was good.
Came back and beat the Bears.
Beat the Bears, and that was really the highlight of his moment, unfortunately.
It really was.
God, yeah,
that was it. But, I mean, listen, the Eagles right now, they have the best roster, I think, in the NFL.
Ooh.
I think
debatable.
I just think that they have every level is secure from offensive line to the DBs to the linebackers. Like, they have everything set in stone to make a perfect run.
They don't have a Pro Bowler at each level, though, do they?
I think I had like 8 of them.
Yeah, but
they have
not on the defense.
They have a handful.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
Not
they have
at
a
each level.
Why? Who's missing?
I don't think they have one going as a linebacker.
TJ Edwards.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. We could check that real quick.
Like I said, it's a debate
Yeah.
that we're going to have here in a little bit. So
I will say, I think he's one of the top linebackers out there right now. Him and Hassan Reddick even too. I mean, those guys have been tearing it up for them. So even if they're not Pro Bowlers, they're on that caliber of player. But even still, I think they're the most complete roster in the NFL. I mean, I know San Fran probably is right there underneath them, but quarterback and the offensive line, I think, are very questionable on both of those on that team. And I think the Eagles have a better setup right now.
You're right. They do not have a linebacker.
Wow.
Okay.
But I mean,
okay.
I'm just saying, that's where I stand with it.
I would agree. I think overall they have
debate.
I would have to agree. I would think that Eagles have a much more complete, talented
You
roster.
can agree. You're both wrong, but you can agree.
Okay. I mean, I'm just saying. Whatever you want to say.
Now, to me, I want to say, let's say this. I will say this. Maybe not the most complete team in the NFL, but the most consistent team in the NFL.
Sure.
You could say that. I would agree with that. For sure.
Absolutely.
With Jalen Hurt playing quarterback,
Yeah.
they're
Right.
the most consistent team in the NFL.
That's fair.
Yeah, I totally agree.
I would
with
say that. And as far as I've already heard that the Giants are probably either going to franchise tag or try to work a contract out with Daniel Jones. They have belief in him. And I honestly think it's only going to take getting him some wide receivers for it to make a difference.
He definitely he made a step up this year. I'd say he's in the right progression. And so, I mean, give him another year.
He played
or
like
whatever,
a
and then
stable quarterback.
With what he had,
okay,
yeah.
I would say he did solid.
Let's be real. Let's be very real here.
Mm-hmm.
Eli Manning.
Better than Daniel Jones.
But when he was playing,
Right.
would you consider him an elite quarterback?
Not elite.
Stable.
I would say he was very good. He was
Consistent.
beyond above average and just above good. He was in that very good range, and he was able to lead
I
a team.
see a lot of Eli Manning and Daniel Jones.
I definitely see similarities. I mean, granted, they worked with each other.
He's
for
more
a couple
mobile.
Years. He is
Certainly.
definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
Honest to God, that's one of the few things that I'm looking forward to. I actually want to see if Arch has got some mobility to him.
Yeah. Well,
Because Cooper's the most athletic Manning that there is.
from his highlights and everything, he can run the ball, and he had like 600 yards rushing.
So that being said, it's going to be interesting to see the direction in which the Giants go. Are they going to be able to re-sign Saquon?
I think they should franchise tag him and just sign Daniel Jones to a quick extension.
But see, when you do that with players, that really ticks him off.
Yeah, but that's fine.
Saquon
But that's the right of the team.
And that's the problem. And I typically do agree with Andrew when it comes to you should never really pay a running back.
Well, no, they get beaten up and they don't
My
last as long.
heartstrings say different.
That's the thing. Your heart says one thing, your brain knows the other.
Go to Atlanta.
Why not?
You wouldn't have to carry the
If
ball.
he wants to get paid, it's okay. Go somewhere and go get paid. But if I'm a team right now who, even in Atlanta's sake, I would say Tyler Algier has done a really good job. He hit 1,000 yards this year.
I think if you have someone to...
I don't think Cordell Patterson should stick around. I think he should probably look to get off the running back thing. But
I think my personal opinion is I think if you put him in a 2-back set, like the Bears have, like Atlanta would have if he went down to Atlanta, I think he would flourish even more because he wouldn't be getting hit.
Right, more pressure off of him.
Yeah.
And I mean,
but
I agree with that.
Are you going to pay $16 a year for a guy that's
gonna run,
especially when
half the downs?
It just came out that Ezekiel Elliott's like, I'll take a pay cut to stay with the Cowboys, and it's like,
because no one else will take you.
Yeah, and who else wants you at this point, man? Other than like maybe Miami. Maybe Miami would take him because he's a power back that would take the play action for Tua to a new level. That's about it. Otherwise, I don't see anywhere else he's going. Cowboys is it.
No one's gonna call.
I mean, even Arizona
loves them old backs.
That's true.
Yeah,
but even Arizona, I would say
to the weather.
They could find another back.
You'll feel better down here.
That's true.
Give him some more vitamin C.
It's good on your knees.
It's good on your knees.
It is. It's dry Arizona weather, man.
All
right. Yeah, let's talk about a very surprising game in my opinion. But Bengals and Bills. We decided this was the game of the week. Bengals move on to the AFC Championship, beating the Bills 27-10. Bengals back in the AFC Championship again.
Yep.
Bills falling just short 3 years in a row. Let's go to our wonderful Bengals fan.
Let me just say this.
Let David.
Let me just say this. How many times do we have to tell you when the light shines the brightest, who shows up? Joe effing Burrow. Every single time.
Joey Cool, baby.
The reason they lost the Super Bowl last year was not because of Joe.
No, that was
Hopkins can't block Aaron Donald. Come on.
But that,
could have won that game.
He did everything that he could to make that happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, first off, the Bengals started off hot. They did not let go of the gas.
I will say this, Andrew. That was probably in the years that I've watched.
It's a lot of years, people.
As he's coughing.
As I'm coughing. In the years that I've watched,
it's just
the NFL playoffs.
Yeah.
That's going to rank up there for me as probably one of the most dominant performances I've seen from an offensive and defensive line from the same team.
I totally agree with. For a Bengals team that I still believed at the beginning of the year, like offense looked great, but the defense was meh. Like this defense has come a long way.
Who's the D coordinator again?
Oh my God, I'm blanking on his name. I can't remember off the top of my head right now, but I will say that this was probably for the Bengals, if anything, this was their best overall coaching job. Like Zach Taylor to all the coordinators, every position coach. This was by far one of the best games I've seen them coach-wise have put together, where they knew how to execute. They got big plays out of everybody. I mean, Joe Mixon came alive, and he went missing for like half the season this year.
Yeah.
So this was a huge job, I think, on the defense, and I think the coaches as a whole.
Missing 3 offensive line starters.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
big ones, too. Starting left tackle and right tackle.
Lou Anarumo.
Yes.
Anarumo,
Yes.
Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
But I mean, the fact that the Bengals outplayed the Bills in Bills weather. Like usually when the snow comes down, the Bills
on the road
perform,
in Buffalo, Orchard Park.
The Bills usually perform higher.
Yeah.
When that snow comes down. They were lost.
They were a half step off the whole game.
They had something going on. They couldn't get the run game going. Which,
as my uncle said, if I were DeMar Hamlin and at that game, I'd have been pissed.
Yeah.
Oh, I would have been. That's kind of why I thought the Bills were going to come out a little hotter, because like doing it for DeMar. But I mean, Allen did not look good. I mean, the defense didn't look
Allen
good.
didn't look horrible.
He didn't look horrible, but he
looked frustrated.
He did.
He looked frustrated.
We saw the frustration with Diggs, and that's caused him a lot.
Diggs just needs to shut up.
He needs to cool it down.
I get that, dude. I think everybody understands. You were open on that play where he throws it to Gabriel Davis and it gets deflected by Eli Apple. but you were open at the very last second when he's already throwing the football. Like, what's he supposed to do? See you and then immediately turn and throw? That ball's going into the ground and he's spiking it.
Don't you know they're playing Madden?
Yeah, right, of course. I know better.
Let's just say kudos to Josh Allen, who, as Stephon Diggs is berating him on the sideline, pays absolute no attention to him whatsoever.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
So then my question to you guys and to our listeners, do the Bills, they blow it up, or do you think they just need
one element?
As a running back?
Yeah,
What'd you say?
They were missing two elements in that game.
Who's the other one?
Von Miller.
Yeah.
Everyone forgets Von Miller
I forgot
hurt.
he was hurt. I'm not going to lie.
He would make a difference in that game because the one thing Von Miller does very, very well that most linebackers in his position do not do well is hold that edge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He holds an edge better than probably any linebacker in the NFL.
I mean, the guys that have stepped in for him, Espinoza and Rousseau and obviously Lawson, they've not done bad, but obviously Von Miller's a veteran. Yeah, Von Miller's a veteran. This is a guy that once, I believe he was the Super Bowl MVP against the Panthers that year. If I'm not, I may be mistaken on that. I don't remember. I think he did. But you're talking about a guy that's been there, done that. So certainly not having him out there, I didn't think it was going to be too much of a factor, but certainly it only helps the team to have his veteran mindset out there because he knows what he's supposed to do. So, and obviously he's really good at getting to the quarterback. So, and when you have 3 replacement offensive linemen, you want to be able to hit Joe Burrow. So, and by the way, props to the offensive line too. Again, like they only allowed 1 sack in like all those snaps on the field. Like
Mr. Ed Oliver disappeared in that game.
Yeah, he's
had a really good season.
Yeah, he stepped up so much this year from being a top 10 pick, and he finally looked like he was worth his value, and now nothing. Absolutely nothing in this game.
Yeah.
I wouldn't blow it up. You saw the reason. Listen, a running game for Josh Allen only means that play action pass becomes even bigger weapon for him.
It would be definitely a lot lethal and a lot more options.
But when you have guys that get excited about breaking a 5-yard run, there's an issue.
Yeah.
And I think their leading rusher only had, 6 carries?
Yeah. Well, Allen was the leading rusher. He had 8 carries for 26 yards and a TD.
But as running back wise?
Running back wise, it was 6 carries for Singletary.
Let's get one thing straight, and I'll say it about Chicago too. If Justin Fields is your number two on your depth chart next year as far as total yards rushing, your team is not going to win a playoff game. They're just not. Because you have guys like the defensive coordinator for the Bengals who will scheme purely to make sure that he can't scramble.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
he did it against Patrick Mahomes last year. He did it against Josh Allen this year.
Mm-hmm.
Especially now with how there's a lot more mobile quarterbacks in the league now. Teams are starting to pick up on it.
Yeah,
and
coordinators are now learning how to play that.
Figure that out.
I don't know how many times I saw Milano fake a rush and just sit back there and watch.
I mean, yeah, why? Why even chance it? You know what's coming. Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah. Well, obviously, so Bengals move on to the AFC Championship, back to where they were last year. And in the final game, Cowboys and Niners. Stephen A. over here.
I know.
Niners win and move on to the NFC Championship, winning 19-12. The Purdy Birdie
himself
completes the soar, and Mr. Relevant led the team. And I mean, this is just how the narrative runs with the Dallas Cowboys.
Did you see the post game with him and Greg Kittle on the field?
It was beautiful. It was awesome.
And Aaron Andrew goes, "You gonna go have some fun now, Greg?" And he goes, "Yeah."
He
runs away. I'm like, what a kid at heart.
He's such a character. I mean, even when Purdy, when they ran in for that touchdown, and he caught Purdy's spike, and he just throws it to Jerry Rice. That was just, he's just on his lonesome self. He's such a great guy. He's just hilarious.
I mean, Niners are a fun team, and Props to the defense. They really pulled through on this one. They got pressure on Dak, and they obviously made him feel uncomfortable. Fred Warner is a beast of a human being.
We said yesterday there is no linebacker that should be able to cover a receiver like that.
No,
ever.
That was man-on-man coverage at its finest from a linebacker against the #1 wide receiver.
Yeah,
that is insane.
First off,
and then he gets an interception too.
What is he doing? Like, who comes up with that? He goes, "Hey, by the way, we're gonna have you fake rush and then go step for step with CeeDee Lamb. How do you feel about that?" Oh,
I can do it.
Like,
because he's a human missile, man. He's everywhere.
I didn't think he was that fast.
Yeah, man.
Until seeing him come off of that.
6'3", 230, and he runs like a 4.5 or something like that. He's
4.4,
insane.
4.5
He's
guy.
insanely fast.
He just played that well. He turned at the perfect time.
Oh yeah. He's probably the most one of the most all-around linebackers
athletic.
in the game.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's probably the best middle linebacker down pat. Coverage, blitz, doesn't matter. I don't think anybody beats him at this point. The only guy, maybe Roquan, but Roquan is not as fast, and he can't blitz like this guy can, and he doesn't cover at all like Fred Warner can.
I will say this much, and I'm going to continue this trend, and anyone who wants to respond to this trend can come at me. I don't care. Dak Prescott is not a franchise quarterback. Dak Prescott is not even a above average quarterback.
You wouldn't put him above average?
No.
Okay.
Dak shrinks
Under the pressure?
under the pressure.
I got to give him credit because, I mean, against Tampa, he looked very confident and all that good stuff.
Think about the words that just came out of your mouth.
Confident?
No.
He's saying Tampa.
Tampa? Well, you had high hopes with Tampa. You thought
I
Tampa
was
was going to
hoping
win.
Brady
You thought
would
Brady was
actually-
going to
Yeah.
clean his clock.
That's pressure right there
That's
going up
Brady.
against the
No,
greatest quarterback of
that's-
all time.
Yeah, but when the defense can't do schmack, that creates issues. I'm sorry, if I was Dallas, I would be taking a long, hard look at your quarterback position.
I mean, you've had him for this long. He can't get the job done. I mean, I would understand that too. I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying that he's one of the greatest. I would put him a little bit above average.
I would say he's good.
But
I put him top 15.
I'd maybe even put him top 10.
No.
Maybe.
I would.
The problem with this game is that Dak obviously lost Tony Pollard, and losing that weapon in the backfield for play action
That
and
was a
be able
huge
to have
loss.
that dump off. You don't have that
You had to
run
rely
game.
on Ezekiel Elliott to
Yeah.
run the damn ball.
Zeke couldn't run the ball. There's
the
no way.
commentators were even saying, "Well, Zeke's game to run now."
Yeah. And as soon as that happened, you knew Dak's gonna have to throw the ball, and it's shown that when Dak throws the ball more than 30 times, he loses the game often. He's not a guy that can chuck it 40, 50 times in a game. It's not to say he's had bad games where he's done that, but most of the time when he's had to do that, it mostly means he has to put the team on his back. And I think he's a guy that's defined by his franchise. He's not a defining quarterback that defines his franchise for them. He doesn't make the team better. The team has to be elite around him for him to be good.
I agree.
What are you guys' thoughts, real quick? McCarthy's future with the Cowboys.
He's staying.
Think he's staying?
I think he's staying.
Yeah.
And I wanted everybody to keep this in mind too. As much as you laugh maybe about the Dallas Cowboys, I said this on the radio show, just remember what team you root for and where they finished. Like, the Cowboys were in the playoffs. Like, give some credit to them no matter what. They may have lost, but they did make the playoffs. They are making it on a pretty average basis.
I think what gets them going is just they're considered America's team.
Of course. No, it's the fan
they're
bases. There's an
overhyped
arrogance,
every
yeah.
year. I mean, I understand
But if you're a
that,
Texans
but
fan
yeah.
laughing at the Cowboys losing in the playoffs, it's like, hey, buddy, look at your organization. It's not like you're going anywhere either. So
Not only that, did you have the second worst record? You blew it to have the first overall
You
pick.
flew it to have the first. And the same thing goes with Bears fans. Like,
God bless
props
you,
to you
love
for
you.
having the number one pick, but dude, you did finish 3-14. The team did not do well. So I'm just saying, if you're a Cowboys fan, be proud for your team that they made it this far. I think there's a lot more of a bright future ahead of them. They need to shake things up a little bit for sure.
Did you know Mike McCarthy was a tight end for the Dallas Cowboys?
Yeah.
Really?
Long time ago. But yeah.
I did
How
not
the
know
hell
about
did he get that chunky ass body down the field?
He probably wasn't that chunky.
I mean,
at
he
that
was
time.
he was bulky, but
He was. It's a nice way of saying
Yeah.
that.
He was a little chubby, but, once you become a coach, it's kind of like, all right, I don't have to do anything anymore.
Oh, you just kind of let it loose.
Yeah, like the Ryans.
Yeah.
Look at them.
They're hefty people.
Or a certain college coach.
Although Rex is skinny now. Skinny Rex is a cool dude
Or a
now.
certain college coach from U of I.
Yeah.
That's a big man.
He once was skinny. Long time ago, but then all of a sudden he's like, hey, cheeseburgers. And
That's what happens with age.
that's what happens in the Midwest.
Andy Reid loves cheeseburgers.
Yeah, it's true.
Andy looks like he's thinned out a little bit, though.
No, I'm just saying, look,
He's eating the Impossible burgers.
Oh,
It's nasty burgers.
Imagine if that was the burger that the team gave him as a gift.
Oh, God.
It was an Impossible burger.
Ooh, it tastes like my lawn.
Did you guys even catch what McCaffrey said post game about
No.
Purdy? Oh, it was pretty cool. He was like, he was just mentioning about like, yeah, I mean that kid, like we didn't really know what he was capable of, but he's like, now we know him.
Yeah.
Like,
And everybody else
it's
does
irrelevant, dude.
He's
and
talented.
This is the first game that he looked semi-human.
Yeah.
By the way, still to this day, I will say this: Bears. One of the Bears' biggest mistakes was letting a certain kicker go bye-bye.
Don't remind me.
MVP of this game, man.
He
Remind me.
looked so. And then they were talking about wind and him, how he's probably the greatest wind kicker
Yep.
in NFL history, and I'm just going, yeah, that's because he played in Chicago.
Oh, he knows that.
He's 40,
Yeah.
folks. He's 40 and still doing
hit
it.
a 51-yarder like it was nothing.
Cody Parkey, just a little word of advice if you see from Robbie Gold. That video of Robbie Gold with his accuracy of hitting the goalpost. It's very good. You don't do that in game.
Yeah.
Okay? That's
Well,
just
he doesn't
practice.
have a job anymore, so what does it matter?
Yeah, he's probably.
He got kicked out of the league because he couldn't kick. How ironic.
Oh, that was good. He got kicked out of the league. That was good.
Thank you.
See,
Thank you.
there's kind of a dad joke. See, now you can appreciate it. Look,
It's an uncle joke because I'm an uncle by then.
he's moving up the rankings.
Yeah,
he's
absolutely.
getting up there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the NFC and the AFC Championship games are set, and we're going to talk about them next here on Blow the Whistle, here straight out of Lombard.
Hey, watch your mouth. Why? I'll just put a quarter in the swear jar. Once it's filled, we get a Coors party after work. I've been drinking Coors since my college days. Cold draft taste, the second stuff. Yeah, worth the recorder, am I right? You know it, mother.
Hey, you get those sports done?
Yeah. No. You, sir. Attention, employees.
The staff meeting, scheduled for this evening, will now be held tomorrow early as
Who's all? Dudes, we're only 75 cents short. Oh, shh. Boss. Hey, sir, go yourself. You're fired!
And we're back here at Blow the Whistle
There
on
we
the
go.
live stream, straight out of Lombard.
Me or him?
One of you guys, come on.
Been here for years.
That was the whitest of whites. Been here for years.
David,
I got two halves to me, so
David,
I showed
can you
off one
please
of
do the
them.
honors.
Are you saying that was a Polish been here for
Yeah,
years?
that was the Polish one.
We're not moving on until one of you guys say with energy.
We've been here for years.
Thank you.
We are
Yes.
not going to recess until somebody says something. Okay,
We've been here for years, and then we're going to be somewhere else in a couple months. All right, boys, it is time to preview the AFC and the NFC championships.
Yes,
So they are
sir.
locked and loaded for Sunday. We're going to start with the NFC championship game. Eagles and 49ers in Philadelphia. Eagles are the 2.5-point favorite. An over-under of 46 flat. I'm going to just keep it sweet and simple. Who do you got?
I am going to go with the Eagles.
Wrong.
I am going to take the high road on this and go with the right team because it's obvious that they are the better team. In my mind, I think they're the better team. They've got a more complete roster. Quarterback at least has some playoff experience from last year with Jalen Hurts. Obviously, he's taken a huge step. His dynamic ability to run the football with their game, I think, gives them an open edge to be able to attack the 49ers defense in a different way. I think it'll be a close game because the Niners defense can still play well, and we talked about this yesterday.
Yeah.
If you watch the Washington Commanders game, the first game that they lost on the season, the Commanders did a really good job by pressuring Jalen Hurts to go to his left and then try to throw to A.J. Brown across the field, which obviously set him up for a bad interception and a lot of batted down passes. So I think there's a game plan here for the 49ers to work with. It's going to be hard to contain a guy like Jalen Hurts, but it's possible. But I still think the Eagles' defense is enough that they can attack Brock Purdy in the pocket, maybe not sack him, but pressure him, hit him enough where the rookie nerves maybe kind of unhinder him a little bit, and he makes a few mistakes, and the defense takes control of it. So I'll say Philly by 6. I think that's what I said yesterday or something like that. So I'll say Philly by 6, and I think I'll take just under on this one, just under. So that's where I'll stand with this one.
You're glad these microphones gonna pick that up. He rumbled his seat over there.
Did he?
Gave it a look.
Rumble and
I didn't hear
tumble.
anything.
Rumble and
so-
tumble. David, who do you got?
I felt the earth shake a little bit, but yeah.
I'm leaning 49ers in this. I will say it's going to depend on whether or not Deebo Samuels and CMC can
Light it up.
no, not light it up, but
Get it going.
sustain a run game. It doesn't have to be huge chunks, but get clips of 4 to 5 yards here and there.
Okay.
You know,
Don't forget about Elijah Mitchell now.
He
had himself a game.
He had a game.
looked
he led
good.
the team
He
in
looked
rushing
good.
last week.
He had his
Yeah.
Mostert moment.
Yeah, right.
Which I was glad because he was out for most of the season, so I was glad to see him come back.
And this is the kind of
play
time you
strong.
want him back. It's
Oh, they
like
needed
fresh
him back.
legs.
rested,
Yeah.
everything. Like he's had a few games.
It was good to
underneath
rest
him.
him, and then, for them to make that trade too to get CMC, that really helped.
Yeah.
The run game
That's
because
a
they were
good 1-2
struggling in the
punch.
run game for a little bit.
Absolutely.
CMC, he's going to be a dual threat no matter what.
Oh yeah.
I could see a lot of dinking and dunking from the 49ers, short, quick passes to get Purdy into his rhythm. And then over the top.
Yeah.
I do think it comes down to who has the better run game. I'll say that right now.
Okay.
Whoever does get that running game going
Yeah.
is going to win this game. But I'm going to say 49ers. I say the 49ers cover with a Robbie Gould game-winning field goal. Just
Okay.
to stick it to the Bears even more.
He would do that too. It's Robbie Gould.
Yeah.
But
There are some reasons why I am picking the 49ers. I may or may not have a couple Super Bowl MVP futures out there.
oh, I know about him. He told me.
Brock Purdy and Greg Kittle.
I figured as much.
Kittle's
Why not?
going off at 80-1. How can you not jump all over
I'd
that?
sprinkle some. Put like
I
$5
understand.
down. Why not?
I understand completely.
No, I would.
And Brock was going off at 10-1.
And the thing is, I wouldn't bet against David on picking the Super Bowl MVPs. Because,
Yeah, if someone hadn't blown his knee out last year.
ugh. I mean, David would have won some money. Bastard.
I was almost right, but then, of course, they didn't win the Super Bowl, so.
I'll say this much. I think this is going to be a defensively. If you don't like defensive games, don't watch this game.
You're not an NFL fan.
I think it's going to go mightily under the 46.
Yeah.
Okay.
Easily.
Okay.
I got the Eagles in this one. Just like what I said, even with Andrew saying that they're like to me the most complete team. I mean, Purdy's doing great things with the 49ers right now, but its experience is gonna take that over in this game. And Jalen Hurts coming off his best year in his career, and because obviously with the addition of AJ Brown has completely helped him, giving him a weapon. Devontae Smith's picked up in his second year, and he's playing a hell of a role, getting open when AJ Brown's getting double covered or whatever like that.
Yeah.
I'm picking the under on this too. The Niners have an absolute elite defense.
Yeah.
And if this isn't going to be the shocker, in my opinion, I mean, I don't know. We were wrong about it against the Giants. I don't think they're going to drop another 36 or however much. Yeah, it was 36 against the Giants. I don't think they're going to go that high. I definitely think it's going to be close. Niners are going to keep it close like they did with the Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have Eagles by 3. I'm going to say it's going to keep it that close. And, like I said, I'm going to pick the under on it as well. It's going to be a hell of a game. And, I mean, this is going to say a lot about Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
And, I mean, the kid got a lot thrown at him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Being the third stringer.
Yeah.
And
Kyle
what he's
Shanahan's
done.
already come out and said he's number QB1 next year.
Who did?
Kyle Shanahan.
When did that happen?
Did he say that?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I don't buy that.
I mean, at this point, I would keep him unless
Why?
I would keep him, but I wouldn't.
Why?
No,
would
keep.
you
I'd
want?
keep him at number 1 until I don't know something else comes
I'd
up.
say quarterback battle him with Trey Lance, see what
I
happens.
think Trey Lance gets.
There'll
traded
probably
in the
be
offseason.
offers for him to get traded, but they're not going to trade
Lance
him
isn't
unless
looking
they
as,
get the right amount.
Lance isn't looking how anyone expected him to, and I
Can't
don't think
play.
He will. Still, I mean, even when he was playing, he just looked like a lost puppy.
I mean, that's fair, but
Well, I
Brock
mean,
Purdy just kind of came in. He's got the confidence.
I don't think you trade 3 first-round picks and just let a guy walk away that easily. So I think they will certainly give him a chance to be able to compete with Purdy. But
Now,
I'm not saying Purdy's not a bad quarterback, but I mean, he's no better than probably Jimmy Garoppolo at this
to
point.
throw some numbers
and
out
probably
there.
for his career.
Last time Jalen Hurts and Purdy played against each other,
Yep.
November 9th, 2019, when Jalen Hurts was
Oklahoma
Oklahoma.
versus Iowa State.
Hurts had a total of 341 yards with 5 touchdowns. Purdy had a total of 337 yards with 6 touchdowns.
Yep.
Remember the game well. It was fantastic.
That was an absurd game.
Yes.
I mean, I don't think we're going to see something like this on Sunday.
It'd be fun.
Would it be
though.
awesome? Absolutely.
It'd be great. And Jalen, like I said on the radio show, Jalen Hurts already said they're like, who are you expecting to play for the NFC Championship? He's like, I don't know, but it'd be nice. He's like, I know Brock Purdy. We played against each other, so it'd be really fun if we could play against each other again. So
Your wish is
they know what's up. They know if they're seeing each other again. So I'm sure they're gonna try to make this one a fun
Big
and
12
interesting one.
2 guys in the Big
I'm better
12.
than you. Well, I'm better than
Heads.
you. I should have won the game. Well, I did win the game.
Anything you can do.
Exactly.
Better. All right, so we got our picks.
Yep.
Eagles. 2 Eagles, 1 Niners.
Yep.
If you guys have your picks, send them to us on our Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at BlowTWhistle1, BLOWTWHISTLE1.
Yeah. Tell us why we're wrong.
Tell us why we're wrong compared to see how you guys do against us because, we're the experts. I mean, we got 2 against 1 here, but we'll see how it goes. It would be a shame. All right. On to the AFC Championship game. I'm going to ask you last.
Fine. That's fine.
Why?
Just because I want to see the fan. in
That's
him.
fine.
So, yeah. Bengals, Chiefs, repeat of last year. Chiefs are coming on for revenge. Bengals are coming on for a repeat.
Mm-hmm.
Cincy is a 2-point favorite
Yeah, that's
That line is moving so fast.
That
I'm looking at it
line-
now.
It was
that
even
line-
yesterday.
It was even yesterday. Now
yesterday.
you're saying it's 2. I got it at 1.5.
Do you really?
Yes.
Where do you on ESPN?
On ESPN, I'm looking
ESPN
at
over
it.
here is telling me, unless it didn't update. So 1.5. Since he's a favorite, the over under is at 46.5. David. So now with this, because they're not doing the neutral site because the Bills did not move on, so it's in Kansas City. David, who do you got?
Andrew.
Mm-hmm.
Can you answer me a question?
Yeah.
Who they?
Who they?
Who they?
Who they?
Who they?
Who they think gonna beat them Bengals?
Nobody.
I thought I was going last.
I know you ruined my rotation.
Let's just be real. Joe Burrow is the Stetson Bennett of the NFL. I will not fade him.
Sorry, I just love that you're like, he is the college quarterback superstar of the NFL. There's something about that.
It's
that's just-
reversed,
it's
but
just
it works.
magical. It really is magical.
I did it on purpose.
So good. High five on that, buddy.
That was good.
Really good.
I would air 5. How'd that look in the shot?
I'm never gonna fade Joe Burrow. Is kind of what I was getting at.
Yeah.
You can't.
It's hard to if you're really trying.
He is the most calm, cool, relaxed dude in the most high pressure situations you would ever want to see.
He was like that since the beginning.
Since high
In his-
school.
I wouldn't say his rookie year he had some issues.
A
his
little
rookie
bit,
year.
but I mean, he
and
didn't
then
have
he got
much.
injured.
Yeah.
But
He didn't have Jamar Chase.
well,
Yeah.
then,
He didn't have his
That
best
helps.
friend.
Was Higgins on the team at that time?
Higgins
He
was. Yeah,
on-
they
okay, I
were the
thought
same
so.
same year, same rookies. So
That's right.
yeah, they came in together.
I will say this. Eli Apple, please stop now. Because I've got a feeling that you're going to do something stupid in the AFC Championship, and you don't want to look like an idiot.
Don't Derwin James it. Or no, Jalen Ramsey it. I'm sorry.
Jalen.
Sorry, Derwin. Well, Florida State.
I think once again, if the Bengals can do what they did against the Bills and scheme that defense to stop Patrick Mahomes like they did last year, realize that the Bengals have a 3-game winning streak against the Chiefs.
Yeah.
So they know something that no other team in the NFL
They
knows.
have their number.
Absolutely.
And it just
They figured
made
it
me. And here's the crazy part. They were talking about this on Saturday and Sunday. Like, for the next 5 to 10 years, these are going to be the matchups in the AFC, barring anyone going, well, I want to go play here or I want to go play there.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to have, every year, you're going to have Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, and Joe Burrow. And that's not even including the guys that could come up.
Yeah.
Herbert.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
Well,
so
Herbert,
much time.
Herbert needs to get himself a real head coach first, and then we'll talk about that. But that being said, you know, if the Bengals can establish the run, that's the word I was looking for. That you got
Yes.
in complete time.
It's okay.
You got it.
I got
We knew what you were talking
Yeah.
If the Bengals establish the run like they did against the Bills, that's going to free Joe Cool to do his thing via play action pass. I like the Bengals in this. You have a less mobile. He's going to probably be numb from the knee down. Patrick Mahomes. I'm not joking when I say that.
He's going to have himself like a
not
Jordan
gonna be
flu
able-
game.
He's not going to feel his foot. I can
that be a good thing?
guarantee you they are going to shoot
Better
him
than the
up.
pain.
Yeah.
They're going to shoot him up with some kind of horse tranquilizer.
Like Aaron Rodgers at halftime
Yeah.
And
against
he's
the Bears
not,
at 18.
Yeah, he's not going to feel anything from his knee below.
Yeah, they're definitely gonna play him.
You
They're gonna
saw
start him.
Absolutely.
you saw the effect it had on some of his throws against the Jaguars,
There was
pushing off
one-
of that. That's his push-off foot.
There was one that he stepped up into the pocket and it was a bad throw, but I mean you could
I-
tell that
I'll
was
say
part
this,
of it.
There's only one man I've ever seen in my entire life be able to jump on one foot and throw an absolute 30-yard dart and that was Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. I'm like, he really just jumped in the air and threw that on a laser.
He's better on one leg than probably half the league.
Oh,
so.
him at
I
we
mean,
were just
scary.
talking about this
Yeah.
today. Him at 75% is probably better than 15 other quarterbacks.
Well, what was
Easily.
it? 2020 Super Bowl. He's going in. He's got leg pain. Everybody knows he's probably dealing with some injuries and stuff. I mean, they got dominated by the Bucs in that game, but he still went out there and performed.
That
He
was
still
just
went out there.
That was also a very good, insanely talented defensive
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Bucks team.
But he still managed to find a way to get it done.
Oh, yeah.
At least yardage wise and play wise.
That's the thing.
He still made those plays.
He's a ridiculous playmaker that can do things that no one else can do, and he always finds new solutions.
But that being said, I still think this plays into the hand of Cincinnati. They're already in the Chiefs' heads, whether the Chiefs want to admit it or not.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was like, well, who's going to stop Kelsey? Let Kelsey feed.
I know who.
You stop everyone else, though,
Yeah.
and let Kelsey feed, how much damage is he really going to do?
And they have,
True.
even still, they have Jermaine Pratt, who's one of the better
Who
coverage linebackers.
has stepped up.
Yeah.
I will say that.
He's come a long way from where he was just a special teamer like 4 years ago. Dude's in the starting lineup. And Logan Wilson, by the way, one of the most underrated middle linebackers in the league. Guy hits like a freight train coming out of Wyoming.
Yeah.
Like, ask Josh Allen and what he knows about Logan Wilson. He'll tell you everything you need to know about Logan Wilson, folks. Guy knows a thing or two about Wyoming players.
So I got Bengals covering by 6.
Okay.
I think this is going to go over, though.
Okay.
Yeah. Bengals by 6 and the over.
Okay. I am also picking the Bengals as they proved me wrong against the Bills last week. I mean, I knew the Bengals were going to play really good, but I mean, they came in there all gas, like not even letting it up on it at all.
Mm-hmm.
Can never. I mean, it's Joe Burrow. You can't count him out. He's easily arguably easily top 3 quarterback. I can't even say who would be the one aside from Mahomes. But I think that ankle injury is going to really hurt Mahomes. I mean, granted, he's been able to find ways to do it without it, but I think the Bengals have a more complete offense than the Patrick Mahomes than the Chiefs. I like the idea and the fact that the Bengals do need to have a better run, need to establish the running game with Joe Mixon, get him going because I mean, granted he's been inconsistent this season. You get him going and give him as many carries as he did last week, if not more. I mean, they gave him 20. That was with the foot of snow or whatever, how much it was.
Right, yeah.
Get him going because, I mean, you saw how with the Bills not able to establish the run game, Joe Burrow was throwing his arm out, and it was just no bueno.
Yeah.
I got Bengals in this. I think this is going to definitely hit the over. I'm kind of feeling this is going to be like the AFC divisional game last year with Bengals and Bills.
Yeah.
Or not Bengals and Bills, Chiefs and Bills, where it's going to be an absolute shootout. And I'm going to say Cincy by a whole touchdown. It's going to I think towards the end, it's just going to go back and forth. I'm going to go with that. Now, Andrew, to you, my friend.
Okay.
Who do you got?
I'm going Chiefs. I'm taking the Bengals too.
Traitor!
Look, this Chiefs team is obviously still very good. When you're missing 3 years starting offensive linemen, obviously last year the Bengals had problems with their O-line. They still made the Super Bowl, but this is still Chris Jones. He's one of the best defensive linemen, period, in the league. They still have Carlos Dunlap. They still have some really good guys that can get to the quarterback. So they're going to have to be on their A game, like you said, establish the run with getting Joe Mixon in there. Having P. Ryan also is going to help too to kind of float the ball out there in passes and stuff. I say the Bengals, I'd say by like 6.5. It's not stretch it to a full touchdown. I'm not saying that because it's not like Patrick Mahomes won't have a good game. I think he will. But, I mean, I don't know if the weapons. I mean, like you said, if Travis Kelce feasts, he'll get his touchdowns. But if you take everybody else out, you can certainly shut him down. But I think this Bengals team, defensively, they're still not the best, but they play well enough that they can take out Travis Kelce, I think, or at least slow him down if anything, and then shut down everybody else fairly easily. Tony's not anywhere near what he should be. Juju Smith-Schuster, no. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, no. Sky Moore has a lot more work to do. So I think the Bengals can at least also too get a turnover because Mahomes has been pretty turnover happy this year more than ever. I still know he threw 30 more touchdowns than he did interceptions, something like that. So I'll say by a touchdown and. Why, jeez. You know what? I'll say it just hits the over on this. I don't think it'll go too ballistic. If it does, it's a shootout, and that could mean that Mahomes could win it. But I'll say Bengals for sure by a touchdown. I'll stick by that.
We got Sleeper McSleeperson over here. He rested
No, I
his
was
eyes.
listening.
Oh, you had your eyes resting.
Sorry, was I talking too long?
No, I was listening.
All right.
Did time pass while I was gone?
Well,
I
ladies.
apologize.
I think my daughter turned 16.
What do you want me to do, man?
I'm just messing with you.
Okay. All right. Those are our Super Bowl picks. We got Eagles-Bengals, Eagles-Bengals, Niners-Bengals.
CC.
That's who we got.
Yep.
Tweet at us who your guys' Super Bowl picks are, and then obviously we'll have our actual Super Bowl
That's why
picks.
we're wrong again.
We're gonna, since we got the Pro Bowl, we'll probably let it marinate until we give you guys our
Marinate?
picks.
Yeah.
Marinate. But let us know who
Unless
you guys.
you want us to do Pro Bowl picks, which
Oh.
I don't want
I
to do.
can't wait for that flag football game.
They just need to cancel.
Who's coaching it
we
again?
should
Is it
just-
the
we
Mannings
should
or
just-
Manning
something?
brothers.
Mannings are coaching it.
Okay, this could be interesting. I just want to see those two.
I'd rather see Cooper.
Cooper. Oh yeah.
Here's what we do.
But
Everybody's brother plays in the Pro Bowl. Like not the players. They just call their siblings, and their siblings got to play.
throw the dads in there too.
Yeah, throw the dads.
Throw the dads in there.
Why not? Let's go. Let's go nuts.
Fantastic.
Now we
The
have
Bosa's
got to
have their father decide which side he wants to play on, right? NFC, AFC.
now.
Who's winning the Defensive Player of the Year this year?
That would be Nick, Dad. That would be Nick. Yeah, that's right, Joey, because you keep getting hurt.
All right, sorry, Joey.
You're my favorite son now, Nick.
Maybe next year, son. Maybe next year.
Oh, the
That
Kelce's
would be-
gonna have a problem too.
Yeah.
Kelsey's are gonna have a problem now. Well, they're both gonna be in the Super Bowl possibly.
They could be.
I'd still
Even-
go with Travis.
Even the Kelseys could be.
Yeah.
That would be
Yeah.
wild.
You got to give homage to Jason.
Jason's gonna be a free agent, folks. So be prepared for your
That'd be
I'm
checkbook.
just saying. After
Be a
you-
nice center.
You need a center, Bears.
I'm just saying. If you saw, did you guys see the video of Jason Kelsey's daughter?
Oh
They
yeah.
caught it on their little baby cam.
She's-
After the game, she's just in her crib, just singing the Eagles fight song.
She chanted the Eagles EAGLES, which
Well,
is
he's
great.
played for them in his entire career.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and he was like, "Wow, that was awesome."
Now you know it's Eagles by 1,000,000.
Yeah, absolutely.
So give us who you guys think is going to be in the Super Bowl. Compare and contrast and argue with us, because good luck. But
Please argue with us.
We
Do
don't
it.
shut up,
I
so
dare
watch
you.
it.
it's great. So that's our picks for Super Bowl. Coming up next, that's enough football, because there's not much more to talk about after that.
We're going to a 2-shot.
Coming up next, we're gonna talk a little about NBA. What's going on as the trade deadline's coming up? A lot of rumors, a lot of stuff's going on. Brush up a little bit of the Bulls as they're on a little bit of a streak. So stay tuned for some little NBA talk next on Blow the Whistle here in Illinois Media School live studio.
Hey, watch your mouth. Why? I'll just put a quarter in the swear jar. Once it's filled, we get a Coors party after work. I've been drinking Coors since my college days. The cold draft taste, the second to yeah, worth the recorder, am I right? You know it, mother.
Hey, you get those reports done?
Yeah. No. You, sir. Attention, employees.
The staff meeting, scheduled for this evening, will now be held tomorrow early as
That is all. Dude, you're only 75 cents short. Oh, shh. Boss. Hey, sir, go yourself. You're fired! I still get beer.
The Chicagoland area has a large number of lonely dogs currently filling shelter pens, just waiting to find a family. Nothing adds warmth to a home like a wagging tail and a warm pair of brown eyes. If you are considering adding a dog to your household, visit the Anderson Animal Shelter, where adoption counselors can assist you in selecting your new best friend. Make your house a home. Adopt a shelter dog. To see a current list of adoptees, visit their website at www.andersonanimalshelter.org or meet them in person at 1000 South LaFox Street in South Elgin. Don't have room in the home for a new furry family member? Donations of toys, collars, and soft or hard non-perishable dog food are always accepted and are greatly appreciated. All animals are spayed or neutered and are waiting with tails wagging to find a loving home. Visit 1000 South LaFox Street in South Elgin or www.andersonanimalshelter.org for more details.
Hey, watch your mouth. Why? I'll just put a quarter in the swear jar. Once it's filled, we get a Coors party after work. I've been drinking Coors since my college days. The cold draft taste, the second stuff. Yeah, worth the recorder, am I right? You know it, mother.
Hey, you get those reports done?
Yeah. No. You, sir. Attention, employees.
The staff meeting, scheduled for this evening, will now be held tomorrow early as
Who's all? Dude, you're only 75 cents short. Oh, shh. Boss. Hey, sir, go yourself. You're fired! I still get beer.
I'll kind of lead it in there. And we're back here on Blow the Whistle in Illinois Media School Studios in Lombard. Still here with you, Tyler, ye old ball and chain, butterball, buterball, along with
Andrew Pepe Valentin.
and we also got
Aw,
where'd
man.
he go?
He disappeared again.
Oh,
This David Copperfield crap is getting old, David.
David Dykstra is still here. He'll come back in our last segment, but he just wanted to sit out for the NBA talk. That's okay.
That's fine.
Me and Andrew.
You want to talk good sports? That's okay. That's
It's all right.
Hey, it's not like we're talking hockey or anything, so.
Oh, God. Don't even get me started.
Don't get you started.
Don't get me started on hockey. But yeah, let's talk a little about the NBA since
Okay.
we're getting a little closer to playoffs. We're almost at the midpoint of the season.
We passed the midpoint, actually, at this point.
Have they?
Yeah. They're at 48 games, going on 50 now.
Holy cow!
Yeah.
God,
It flew by fast.
My brain always thinks once the All-Star game happens, that's like the midpoint. But
Yeah, that's a
they
lot
kinda
of people
pushed
think
it.
of, but
that's always the
it's-
thing that goes through my head.
it's usually the December games, like the Christmas games. That's usually about
That's
the halfway
usually-
point,
yeah.
I'd say.
I know.
Give or take.
I can't do my math quick enough when I see a record. I'm like, how many total games have they played?
Right,
But so let's just start off talking about the Bulls, how
Absolutely.
they're doing, like a little past mid-season.
Mm-hmm.
Bulls are sitting at 22 and 24, just 2 games behind 500. They
Yep.
are currently sitting, I believe, 10 in the East.
They still are.
They're still at the 10 in the East.
Somehow.
It blows my mind. But they're coming off of a win, extending their game-winning streak to 3, defeating the Atlanta Hawks 111 to 100.
Yep.
So now they lead that series against them 2-1, as the first 2 games came down to buzzer beaters. I remember about that as Chuck Swirsky said it, and I'm like, I swear to God, this comes to another buzzer beater or overtime. Didn't want it.
Of course, you want a straight out win.
I want to win. I want to go home
Exactly. Yes.
on time.
It's not about the win. It's more about the go home part. But
No.
yes, I want the win too.
But big milestone game for DeMar DeRozan yesterday, as it was his 2000th game.
Yep.
Led the team with 26 points. Levine backed him up with 20 points. So, kind of just talking about a brief little summary about the Bulls, and obviously we'll talk about it. The Bulls, very inconsistent this season. They play well against the
Who
good
would've
teams,
thought?
and they play not well against the bad teams.
Yeah.
But it seems like ever since the little scuffle that happened at halftime in the locker room, that it just kind of seemed like it was kind of lashed out on Levine. Just the fact that, he's this high-paid max contract player.
Yeah.
He's not playing like so. But, I mean, I got to say, I'll give credit to where it's due, is that he's really starting to pick it up. I think he's been averaging, I would say, I'm going to ballpark it. I don't know numbers to a T. I'd say he's like in the mid to late 20s ever since that game.
Yeah, I think he's around like 24.
He had a
points or something
40-pointer,
like that. Yeah.
and then he was sitting at the 30s for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So, obviously, I mean, Bulls are right there. They're like, if their playoffs started right now, they'd be in the play-in tournament. So they still have a shot at playoffs. So if it comes down to playoffs, if the Bulls, do you think, and to our listeners and to Andrew, are the Bulls playing for playoffs? And if so, are they going to make a trade before the deadline to get to that point? Or are they just going to kind of roll with their weird inconsistency on just making it and then seeing what they can do? Because they have the good teams, you see the top 6 teams in there that will make the playoffs. They have their numbers. They play really well against them for some reason.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know what it is, but.
But do you see the Bulls making a trade before the deadline? Give us your guys' thoughts on our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Blow T Whistle 1, BLOWTWHISTLE1, or obviously email them to us. Stop emailing Andrew. You're blowing up his
you can
emails.
keep it up if you want.
You can, but
There's some I
Nice
will answer.
emails.
There's some I won't answer. I'm just letting you know. So.
But yeah, hit us up on our Blow T Whistle.
Which is a lie. I'll answer
Gmail.
all your emails. I don't care.
Blow T Whistle Radio at Gmail.
Yes.
But Andrew, any moves that the Bulls are making? I mean, there's rumors going around that I think Vooch wants to go back to Orlando.
Yeah, Vooch says
Apparently
he wants
Levine wants to go to
Orlando.
LA. That's a little
the
birdie I've
rumor.
heard.
That's the rumor between Zach LaVine and his agent, which happens to be Rich Paul, who obviously is the friend of LeBron James, who plays for the Lakers.
Yeah.
And obviously the Lakers just made a move for Rui Hachimura, sent Kendrick Nunn to the Wizards for like 3 second-round picks or whatever it was. So they have a young guy. Good for you, I guess. But I think the Bulls are going to have to really consider the opportunity to make some moves for what this team is right now. It's fine. Is it going to win a playoff series? I don't think so. I think it would be better at this point to possibly blow it up and see what happens. I know we kind of talked a little bit about that yesterday with a move in particular that you were not very fond of in the You're Killing Me Smalls stuff, but other than that, even with that move, I don't think it's enough for the Bulls to possibly be competitive. To be competitive enough to be in a playoff position where they could make some noise. Unfortunately, this roster just doesn't feel complete. It feels very unbalanced. It feels like too many players were arguing with each other that we didn't even know were fighting with each other, it seems. Sounds like DeMar doesn't really like Levine. Sounds like Levine kind of wants to be the man, but he can't really be the man. And Vooch is getting sick and tired of all of this. Now he wants to get out of there.
It's chaos.
It's so much going on there that I don't know if you can keep this team together. And the biggest issue here is that we're only hearing from the coach Billy Donovan, and we're hearing nothing from Arturas Karnisovas and Eversley. We're not hearing anything from the GM and the vice president. And that is concerning because that brings us back to the days of Garpax where they completely blacked out everybody, media and all, left everybody guessing, and we only got answers at certain points in the season when they finally decided to speak, which was usually the end of the season conference. And that's too late.
And we briefly talked about the odd that, because when Arturas came on for the Bulls, he was very up with the media, vocal, kind of gave all the insight, which is that brought promising to
a little bit of transparency is fine. We don't need full transparency,
no,
but a little bit
something.
of let us see inside the window, or give us a peek under the hood, see what you're working on, so that this way there is a confidence builder for both fans, media, and just the overall NBA. I would even say too, because when the Chicago, New York, and LA markets are all hitting in any sport, they all succeed.
Yeah.
So it is important for all these leagues that they get these major markets back up. That's why they want the Knicks to be good and the Bulls to be good and the Lakers to be good and even to some degree even the Clippers to be good. If you can get all the teams and all the major markets to hit, well, howdy doody, here comes the money. Yeah. That's what they're all hoping for.
That's the problem. It's like you have the advantage right in the palm of your hand.
Exactly.
And so, but going back to the Arturas thing, that's just the very weird thing is because, like, we talked about it before.
Yeah. That
this isn't like him. And so that's what raises concern of what's going on in that locker room, what's going on behind closed doors.
Yeah. Like some kind of statement would be nice.
Exactly. Like there's no answers being thrown out there.
Right.
Right now, it's just we're hearing rumors.
Exactly.
One of the other ones, I don't know if I talked right when we started talking, was about Vucevic wanting to go back to Orlando.
Right.
And I just saw a thing today that apparently the Magic are open and are in plan to trade out Mo Bamba.
Yes.
And so then I guess I want your thoughts. Would you like to see a package trade, send Vooch back to Orlando, and get Mo Bamba out of it? Because there's been a lot of issues with Vucevic. Lately he's been scoring the points.
Right.
But they don't have a true center to get the rebounds, to get you play defense.
Yeah, right.
To get any blocks or anything like that. And that's been their struggle. And then I feel repetitive as hell saying this because we're still saying the same thing like we were saying last year.
Right.
Is their defense has just been non-existent. And that's kind of where they need to like kind of get back into adding that on to that roster.
Right.
Not doing that. So then going back, would you like to see a little package deal with the Bulls dealing Vucevic and getting Mo Bamba out of it?
I mean, I think Mo Bamba, quite honestly, could be a bit of an upgrade. The problem is obviously that he's not performing the same way he did last year. Last year, he was averaging like 10 points a game and more rebounds and stuff. This year, because of Wendell Carter Jr. and obviously Paolo Banchero playing the forward spot, he's kind of getting kicked to the side more as a backup. So I think as a starter, I think he has a lot of potential.
Right.
I mean, when you look at his per 36 minutes, he could average, they've got him at 15 points a game, almost 10 rebounds a game, right? And he's averaging like 2 blocks a game off of that, that's what the Bulls really need. They need down low defense that can rebound, put back shots, and be able to send shots like into the second, into that second part of the crowd. They need that kind of guy. And Drummond obviously is a lot older. He's kind of more of just a rebound guy that can kind of frustrate bigger guys.
Well, yeah, because last night was the first time that he's actually played in like 3 games. And it wasn't that he wasn't injured.
No, he's just, for some reason, he's been on the sidelines for whatever reason that might be. I don't know. But I think Vooch, if he's not happy here, if that's the case, then I think the Bulls have to consider the possibility of sending him, trying to get something for him. If that is Mo Bamba, I think that's an upgrade in some way because he's 24 years old.
Yeah.
Right? You're getting a young player who you can see is getting there for the future. He's already under a contract, so you don't have to pay him. You just have to take on that money. And I think it would be decidedly less than what you would probably have to pay Vooch, who's a proven all-star who's going to probably ask for a lot of money, even at his older age. And then Orlando can go and pay him whatever he wants, or he can go walk and test free agency. But it's less you have to worry about on your mind on, well, do we pay him? Do we not pay him? You get something back for him for the future. And that's what you really need for this Bulls team, I think, now, is for the future, not something that is for the right now.
Right.
So, and that's where, unfortunately, the decision may have to come down to it on, like, do we want to keep DeMar DeRozan around? Because I think he loves Chicago, and I know Chicago, we all know Chicago loves him, but the fact of the matter is that if you're not going anywhere, he wants to go somewhere. He's playing well enough where he can go somewhere and contribute. So whether that's go back to Los Angeles where he's from, or potentially, go back to Toronto where he played all those years, there's a good shot for him to be able to do some stuff there. But you have to make sure you get the right package deals back. And for the Bulls right now, I think the best bet is trade whatever you can, get whatever draft picks you can. I mean, Caruso could give you back a first. LaVine could give you back possibly 2 firsts. DeRozan might be able to give you back a first and maybe some players. I mean, you're looking for prospects and you're looking for draft picks. And that's what you need to think of when you're trading away this big 3 that you've set up for the Bulls.
Yeah. I mean, and the rumor and mock trade that someone made up that we talked about yesterday was DeMar DeRozan going to LA, and that would include Caruso and
Patrick
Williams, and that would send LeBron James to Chicago.
Right.
As great as that sounds,
yes,
I feel like you're giving up too much to get someone that is definitely past their prime. It's LeBron James. I mean, he still plays at a high level occasionally.
Yeah.
But I don't think he doesn't seem in the mindset on winning another NBA championship unless he does his thing where he trades to a superstar team. But he's not going to get that if he comes to Chicago. And they might be an upgrade better, but then you're going to be giving up that package is probably going to include picks. So there goes your future.
Right.
And so now you still have the issue with Vucevic, unless they do that trade too, and then it's just a whole reface team. But that would just be, in my opinion, if they did that, you're going backwards because you want I like exactly what you said on getting young, promising players, and like I mentioned about Mo Bamba. I don't think his career is far from done. He's, like you said, 24.
Yeah.
He just hasn't gotten into the rotation as much because with the addition of Wendell Carter from the trade, and he's been playing on a high level.
Right.
And then Banchero. Yeah. They're revolving the team around Banchero.
Absolutely. He's the future.
He's the future. He's their superstar.
Yeah.
So that kind of leaves Mo Bamba very limited on what he can do and where he can be positioned at.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think you get him into a new team, he can be a superstar elsewhere, and I would love that for the Chicago Bulls. My only concern, I mean, that as much, I think it's just the fan in me with DeRozan, because like you said, he's loved by the city. He loves the city, but he's the key guy that's really kind of getting the Bulls to where they're at. I don't think they really need a full-on rebuild. I say, like, the word that they'd like to use is reboot. Yeah. I think they're just going to have some players that needs to be moved to get some young prospects in, and obviously, and then build up for the future an addition. Right. I don't think you need to pull like an OKC, trade everyone away, and stuff like that. They're right there.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's just a few things, and then plus you don't want that it sounds bad. That cancer of the team not getting along. Right. Because if you have a broken locker room, you're not going anywhere. You're not going to do anything.
That's
in
the
league.
death knell for every team, is not having that camaraderie and stuff. And look, LeBron James coming to Chicago, last time I checked, I don't think they were actually giving up picks by mock trades.
Was it just straight up players?
I think it was just straight up players. Because I think that's what the Lakers are looking for right now, is they need bodies that they can fill in there, start their rebuild. Like, for them, Patrick Williams and Alex Caruso and Zach LaVine would be the perfect players for them for a rebuild, right? With a guy like Anthony Davis to stick around. LeBron gets to go to Chicago, somewhere he wanted to go. Too little, too late, maybe. He can still play well. Look, he's playing well right now for the Lakers still. He is. But it's obviously not going to probably take the Bulls to where they want to go. if he's going to have to dominate every day, and especially if you're trading out DeMar DeRozan and you're keeping Zach LaVine, that may be a little bit frustrating. I don't know how that really plays out, but I do know LeBron is a stellar teammate. Like no matter what you want to say, he does do good for his team. He does do great being a leader, doing good for the locker room and stuff. He brings guys together. He's like, yo, let's go do something.
But then would that cause another issue with LaVine? Because
could.
Because we're thinking that he wants to be the guy. He was the guy before DeRozan came along. But DeRozan just has ever since he came to Chicago.
Yeah, he's a veteran. He's a better shooter, and he's more
really
consistent.
Turned his career around.
Absolutely.
He probably coming up as one of his best years.
This has been some of his best back-to-back years looking thus far since his time in Toronto.
So doing that, you might add another. It basically, in my opinion, it comes down. They can't trade away both of them unless they're blowing it up.
Yeah,
but
if you're blowing it up, everybody's got to go.
You're gonna have to keep either DeMar or LaVine because one of those guys is gonna be the leader of your team. You can't bring in another veteran. Because if you look at that kind of caused the issue is bringing in DeRozan.
Yeah,
but DeRozan's done great for the team. Don't get me wrong.
I don't think he's been the problem. I think we can say the problem's been LaVine at this point.
He hasn't turned out to what he was supposed to be because he had stellar games before DeRozan came along, and obviously I would be in the promising side of that. Okay, he's really taken up. He's not just this fantastic dunker. Mm-hmm. He's using his athleticism. He's being a sharpshooter.
Yeah,
and obviously he totally deserved the All-Star ballots. Those years that he got picked.
Absolutely.
But he's just hasn't shown that next step.
No, that's
the problem.
He is a borderline star to, a good player. He just never has taken that next step to go to a superstar. And I don't know if he ever will. Like I said, on a championship team, he's probably your third best player. Maybe your second, depending.
Yeah.
But at this point, I don't see him going anywhere past the third best player. That, game's on the line. I mean, is he taking the last shot? Probably if he's wide open.
Yeah.
That's probably it. And even then, we've seen what he does. In a game where they were down by 3, he takes a 2-point shot while he's got a defender right there in front of him, and he's got 2 guys on either side of his wings on the 3-point line just waiting for him. One of them being Caruso, the other guy being, I forgot who it was, but he's got 2 guys wide open that he could throw the ball to.
That was...
lack of awareness shows a lot.
That was odd because I never really saw that out of him, and
that's playing hero.
He's had plenty of games where he's taken the last shot and successfully, and because he's got that quick release,
absolutely.
So that's what helps out perfectly, and he's a better 3-point shooter than DeRozan. So in certain situations, you got to pick and choose on who's going to take that last shot to take you to win. But let's just real quick kind of just talk over the rest of the NBA. So obviously. Bulls are sitting at 10. Boston, Philly, Milwaukee, and Brooklyn are leading in the top 4 in the East. Cleveland making obviously the jump that we kind of figured.
Yep.
Sitting at the 5. And then in the West, you got Denver, Memphis, Sacramento. I didn't even realize this. I'm not gonna lie. New Orleans Pelicans sitting at 4.
Yeah.
And then Mavericks, obviously the most consistent, sitting at 5.
Mm-hmm.
So this has just been a weird year for mainly the West.
Right.
I figured all these teams are going to be at the top in the East. Because they've just been obviously the consistent one.
Right.
But the West. This is just a weird year for them. Like I definitely was picturing Nuggets and Grizzlies in the top.
Yeah.
Mavericks up there in the top 5.
Mm-hmm.
Figured they'd be a little higher. But the Kings and the Pelicans, which is kind of throwing me off, unless there's something I missed during the offseason.
Right.
They're sitting up there, and they're kind of they're contending for the West.
Yeah. Well, in the West, for the West, Denver for sure, Memphis absolutely. They seem to have the 2 guys right now that are just studded beyond everybody else. Jokic is on his way to probably winning another MVP. I mean, he's the all-time assist leader in Nuggets history, I think, or I know he passed Alex English for the all-time assists in Denver Nuggets history. So I think that might have made him the all-time, if I'm not mistaken. But Jokic is absolutely amazing, and he's leading the charge for that Nuggets team right now. They've played extremely well. Obviously, we know John Morant and what he can do with that Memphis team. And look, they're coming hard. They're coming to fight. Though they're a young team that now has that experience, and they're like, we're hungry and we want to get some. We want to play well.
They've been close, like the past 2-3 years. Like they're right there. So they're like you said, they're hungry.
Yeah, they're both of those teams right there. The Kings have been an interesting one because obviously we have joked for years about the Kings being just this organization that has just been so rough, so hard to watch.
Mm-hmm.
But people forget they traded for Domantas Sabonis last year. And everyone went, "What the hell are you doing?" Right?
Yeah.
And they got rid of Tyrese Halliburton, which a lot of us said, "Why?
Yeah.
Why would you do that?" Like that he is, and he has been a really good player. And it kind of sucks because the Bulls could have had him instead of Patrick Williams, which grinds my teeth on. But okay, fine, it happened. Whatever. I mean, it is what it is. But they add Kevin Huerter, who everybody knows is kind of the new Kyle Korver of the league, if you will.
Yeah,
he's just a stand-up shooter.
He showed up.
Yeah,
I was surprised to see him.
I think Keegan Murray needs to get a lot of credit for what he does with this team. The number 3 overall pick that everyone's like,
oh yeah,
Paolo, oh Chet Holmgren, and Keegan Murray kind of just goes under the radar.
Yeah.
And he's been great. He's averaging 12 points a game. He's getting 4 rebounds, three assists, I think it is. Yeah. 3 or no, not 3 assists. Sorry. I looked at a different number there. Almost a steal, the guy's putting up numbers and he's starting kind of on and off. He's coming on and off the bench. Trey Lyles, holy cow. He's still playing in the league and he's still playing well. Davion Mitchell comes off the bench as a defensive unit, which is why they thought, yeah, Halliburton can go because we've got a bunch of guys. And, of course, De'Aaron Fox.
I was going to say De'Aaron Fox.
De'Aaron Fox is a machine.
Yeah.
I mean, and this Kings team, and you know it, David probably, or you may know it. Well, you know it because I think you're certainly a fan of the NBA. Mm-hmm. David, you certainly know it, and I know TJ probably knows it. We know those Kings from the 2000s. We know those Kings from the 2000s, the Mike Bibby, Doug Christie, Jason Williams, Vlade Divac, that group. That's what this group feels like. That's what this group feels a lot like.
It's a lot of guys under the radar.
Yes,
that just are
tough, gritty, they can play. And now listen, Sabonis and De'Aaron Fox don't go under the radar. They are guys that are out there. But the rest of these guys, even Keegan Murray, nobody's talking about this guy, and yet he is a huge reason why this team's in the mix. I would be careful with the Kings. I'm not saying they're championship ready, but they've got a shot. I'm still a little concerned on New Orleans.
I am too.
Because their injury bug is hitting them again.
They can't catch a break.
Yeah, that's the thing.
They can't
you get number 1 in the West, and then you keep getting hurt. That's the biggest problem there, is that Zion's playing well.
Mm-hmm.
I think give it 2 more years, he'll be in that MVP talk. 2 more years. 2 more years.
Once he kind of gets back, because he had that rough injury.
Yes. He's still feeling it out. He's still, I think feeling it out.
I mean, I think, and he has lost some weight, and I think that was part of it.
Oh, he looks a lot better now.
He looks a lot thinner.
He's moving a lot better.
Which is scary, people.
God, Dallas needs to pull the trigger somewhere.
How so?
Luka cannot do this by himself.
They need something.
He
for the poor guy.
really wants Jimmy Butler to be in Dallas. That is the word. He would really he wants Dallas to make a move.
You put Jimmy Butler on Dallas, you're talking they move top 3.
Yeah, I'm
easily.
saying that's a because then you're saying probably if you don't give up Spencer Dinwiddie, that's Dinwiddie, that's Luka, and that's Jimmy. That's a 1, 2, 3 right there on the backcourt that you can't mess with, right? I mean, and you can swap Luka and Jimmy as your swing man at the 3. Like,
yeah,
there's too much movement and there's too much beef and defense and power there that you can work with. Luka's got to get better on defense, but still, that helps a lot of the problems they've been having thus far with being able to stop people. This gives them a more consistent lineup that I think can attack a lot better. So I'm not saying that's the only thing that will happen, but I think it's something that they have to start talking about. Like, that whatever Dallas wants to do, but if they want to be in this fight, they got to make a move.
I could see Minnesota even taking a move because I would hope.
Okay. No, I'm sorry. I don't want to.
No, you're good. Go.
I've heard they're getting ready to trade Rudy Gobert. Which just... Yeah, exactly, TJ. Exactly. TJ just went like this. Because you traded 5 first-round picks, including Walker Kessler, who has just been outstanding for the Utah Jazz, by the way. 7'4" shot blocker extraordinaire. You traded all those picks and Beverly and Vanderbilt and these players, and you traded all that for Rudy Gobert, and now you realize it's not working?
That was...
Homies, you should have realized it wasn't going to work when you looked at Karl Anthony Towns and said, oh, 2 7-footers, I wonder how this is going to work. They thought they were going to get Twin Towers. Karl Anthony Towns can't play power forward.
No.
He can't do it. He's more of a center. That's how he's always been. And now I think, from what I understand, Anthony Edwards is not as happy. But the real guy that's talking right now is D'Angelo Russell. He's like, this isn't going to work.
No.
And he wants
isn't.
out.
And I mean, we've talked about it
They're
when
a
that
mess.
happened. Is I just couldn't believe it. I didn't think a team would offer that much
Yeah.
for Rudy Gobert.
No.
And it's really bite him in the ass right now because
I
they
couldn't
have
believe
potential. They made it the playoffs last season, didn't they?
Play-in? They made the play-in, I believe.
So I mean,
yeah.
they already had something going, and they really jacked it up because because they went the route of getting young guys. I mean,
Yes.
adding Anthony Edwards, that was
He's
amazing.
your primo player. He's your top
so
guy.
I figured that was going to be the route they were going. Like, all right, we're building off all these young guys, and now you got no more picks.
Yeah.
Good luck trying to build that up, and
Yeah.
good luck getting anyone that will bid on Gobert. Like,
Well,
that
apparently there are offers. I guess Portland's one of them that might make a move for him.
Well, I mean, they're kind of.
But you're not
sitting
getting
down
back. You're not getting back anything of what you gave up
No,
now.
You're,
You're lucky if you might
your
get a
value went
first-round
down.
pick out of him at this point.
yeah, no,
That's the problem.
That was asinine.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that.
But-
But I do like that idea of Butler coming to Dallas.
I think that
would be interesting.
I think that's the move that Dallas needs to make. They need to get a top player in there with Luka, because Luka right now could win the MVP. He
Easy.
very well could win the MVP this year.
Which is not help. It's
not
what's
gonna
holding
help
him back
the-
is because of his win margin compared to
Yes,
Denver's.
absolutely.
That's kind of why I feel like Jokic is really getting the MVP. I mean, not putting aside of what the hell he's doing because
Right.
he's fantastic.
Yeah,
It's just obviously more wins helps your case.
absolutely. And look, Giannis and Ja are going to be right there, I think, with Jokic. But Luka, I think, still is in that top 3 right now for the MVP stuff. It's just going to take a lot for him to win more, and I think they're going to need that little extra help. But I know it's like, well, that's an extra person. How does that help his MVP? It takes pressure off of him so that he can do his work, so that he can do his thing. So, but I mean, look, for the West, I mean, Minnesota's. I think they're going to start dumping guys. I think they're going to dump Gobert.
They're gonna
I
go
think
back to
I
square
think they're
one.
gonna. I think they're going to start trading away D'Angelo Russell. I think Big Cat. I don't think they're going to trade him, but I think there'll be offers to trade for him.
They'll keep the phones open.
They'll keep the phones open. They'll listen. But if they're not getting anything Rudy Gobert-esque like they gave away, then I don't think they're going to trade him because he's still one of the top centers.
Oh, I'd say so.
Yeah. I mean, Phoenix, there's a real possibility they could start trading guys away.
I feel like at this point, they
Utah, I know they said everybody's available except for Laurie and Walker at this point.
Okay.
So everybody's expendable there. I think Golden State just has hit the wall. Unfortunately, I know there's still so much of the season left.
As much as it sucks to say,
Yeah,
but I mean,
they're older.
They are, and you kind of knew because they kept most of like the heart of the same
Absolutely.
players from like the beginning
Right.
of the dynasty, and it's just kind of catching up to them. And it's like, granted, I mean, picking up Jordan Poole was a great pickup.
Yeah, signing him
another-
to a good contract extension
and
is
then
right.
Wiseman,
Yeah.
which I mean, has he still
Wiseman's-
dealing with injury, or is
he's
he
still dealing with it? I think
thought
I think he's a bit of a bust at this point for them.
at this point?
I think
it's-
not having Andrew Wiggins out there for so much now is kind of hurting them as well. Like he just hasn't been available enough for them throughout the season, so that's kind of been
So I mean,
killing them.
that is the promising thing in a Bulls perspective that there's a lot of teams selling
Yeah, absolutely.
that you could possibly pick up, and it's not like you have nothing to trade them with.
No.
It's just, I mean, you just gotta
look,
play your cards.
And look, in the East right now, I mean, every team that's there in that playoff, in that top 6 teams, right? Boston, Philly, Milwaukee, they all make sense. Cleveland, I think, is still borderline, but they don't look like they're slowing down anytime soon. I just hope they're not really going to trade Evan Mobley to the Lakers for LeBron James, which a lot of people keep speculating on. I get what they're saying because LeBron puts up the points.
Yeah.
And he does give you similar things that Mobley does. But Mobley gives you a far vast possibility of future, both in his growth as a player. And even still, let's say, even if 2 years down the line you want to trade him, the trade value you can get back for Evan Mobley could be 3-4 first-round picks.
Yeah.
Because he's that kind of a player.
I don't think they need to do anything.
I don't think so either.
They're sitting right, like, it's
if anything,
close.
you should add somebody to, like, your bench. Like, that's what they may need. Like, another shooter to their bench would, I think, maybe be good for them. Otherwise, they're set and solid.
I got to be honest. I did not think. I mean, I knew how great of a player Donovan Mitchell was.
I was wrong.
I did not think that he was going to lead this team as much.
I thought he was going to dismember it. I thought maybe he'd be.
And I hate to say this. I remember David mentioned it before.
Yep.
Before he got traded to Cleveland.
Yep.
Was doing a straight trade of Levine and Mitchell.
Yep.
I hate to say it.
Probably should have happened.
Yeah.
Probably should have happened.
Yeah. I mean, nothing screams that a little more than, Mitchell dropping 71 points on the Bulls. So, I mean, he
was informing David that he was right.
I thought I was wondering if he was soaking it all in.
Absolutely.
So it's just, to me, this whole.
I may not know much about basketball, but when I put it out there, I put it out there.
I give you credit where it's due. I mean,
that's the most interesting man meme right there for you.
At first, I was totally against of what you were saying about that, but good Lord.
I just thought that breaking up the chemistry for the Bulls, but clearly there's no chemistry, so.
It's broken now.
Yeah. Maybe Donovan would have actually brought some chemistry.
So going back to that was the weirdest thing, because, I mean, I think there was chemistry last year.
I think there was too, but I think it was something brand new that not too many teams were looking at.
Yeah, there was something. Yeah, there's something new that was just. I mean, also I think some of it was just thrown under the rug. No one knew about.
Right. Yeah.
And that's kind of what really jacked everything up.
Yeah.
But yeah, this has been a very odd NBA season.
Yeah.
Still got plenty to go. I'm not gonna. I mean, I am looking forward to it. It's coming up.
I'll tell you what. If in the bottom East teams, I'll say this right now too, just real quick. I think the Knicks are going to start looking to trade off pieces. I think Julius Randle's going to find his way out.
He wants, I think, out.
I think DeJounte Murray and the Trae Young thing, just, nope, not working. John Collins absolutely thinks that's been a nightmare situation right now, believe it or not, and he wants out. He wants out of Atlanta. They're a terrible organization. I'm saying it right now. Atlanta's a terrible organization. If they didn't have that baseball team and that soccer team, they'd be highly irrelevant.
No, you're right.
You can't get football and basketball right. Come on.
I agree with you on that. That's been a complete disappointment.
I'm going to say this too. I think they should really consider trading Trae Young.
Really?
I'm being honest here.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. He's clearly not showing your true leadership point guard. He's not gonna lie.
Flush it and start all over.
Not gonna lie. He's also kind of a bitch. So I mean,
he
just complains too often.
He does. He wants things his way.
Show for your leadership.
Yeah, he wants things his way, and it doesn't. It's not working. It's not working.
That happens all the time.
And the Bulls and the Pacers, I don't know what's gonna happen with them. I think the Bulls should. I know they're playing each other here, I think today or tomorrow, whenever they're playing.
Tonight, actually.
Tonight.
Forgot about that.
I think the Bulls should be considering to trade. And even still, I would consider trading with the Pacers because the Pacers want to get better and the Bulls want to maybe take a chance at getting better for the long term. Trading Zach LaVine for Buddy Hield and Miles Turner would not be a bad move
I've heard that rumor as well.
If you want to ship Lonzo Ball and maybe see if you want to tighten the package up with picks, to get Tyrese Halliburton and just take all three off of them.
People are saying maybe they can still get a first-round pick or however for Lonzo Ball.
They could.
I'm surprised. I told you.
The Rockets are interested in Lonzo Ball. Even still, they're willing to give up possibly a first and Eric Gordon for him, which that ain't bad. Eric Gordon can still score 16, 17 off the bench.
A guy that's been sitting on the bench for over a year.
And he's sick and tired of Houston.
Oh, yeah, Eric Gordon?
Yeah, he's tired of Houston. Lonzo still wants to be here. He can't play. He's still hurting.
It's showing progress a little. I mean, I don't know. People blew up about that video.
Yeah.
With him dunking. But it's like, how long is that going to last?
Right. And he's not jumping off the ground like he used to.
Right.
He's not running up to it.
Once
popping off the ground.
Once he comes back, he's not going to be the same guy.
No.
as we've all
He
seen
probably will be something like Chris Paul.
Which
is not bad.
It's not
but-
bad if he can turn into that play style.
Yeah, Chris
'Cause
Paul's
once
not.
he changed his shooting form.
Chris Paul's not charging down the middle anymore
No.
for a layup unless it's like a freebie on a
He
fast
kind of just
break.
hits up in the. He goes backs up in
Yeah.
the post and then just takes a little fade.
Yeah. Which, by the way, Phoenix may dump Chris Paul from what I hear.
I mean,
He may be
fell
on
off
the
the
trade
edge.
deadline. Yeah. And by the way, anybody that's on the borderline, Wizards, Orlando Magic, and Hornets, or the Raptors, and then you also have the Thunder and the Lakers and the Blazers on the other side. They're just on the outside looking into the play-in. I just tank, guys. I just tell all three of those teams just tank. Try your best for Scoot Henderson, Amon Thompson. Play for the at this point, Victor Wembanyama's going probably to Houston. Houston or Detroit.
But see, the thing about worried about the Thunder is I don't think they will tank because they're gonna be like, well, we
Shea
don't have
Gilgeous-Alexander.
Holmgren.
Yeah.
Like, give us once he comes back. I'm sorry, you're still not gonna be any better.
I don't.
I don't unless you.
They'll be the New Orlando Magic.
Unless you put him on Zion Williamson's diet to thicken up a little bit, then maybe.
Maybe.
The kid's gonna get bullied.
Yes.
I was never high on him from the beginning. I'm like,
He's
dude's
gonna
a twig.
he's gonna put up some numbers, but he's not gonna do what unless he gets to like 250 soon. It's gonna be a slow, gradual process.
Like him up against Cat. Him up against
I don't know,
Embiid
any
center.
or Jokic or any of these big dudes. Like,
good luck.
yeah, not probably gonna happen. So
I really was hoping he was gonna play after his thing. Was like, who do you think is the best NBA player in the league?
me.
Me in 6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's almost 6 months, and guess what? You're
Step on
sitting
the
at home.
court.
Yeah, exactly.
Didn't even make it to the regular season.
No.
Twig. Anyways, it's funny. I don't even. It's not like I don't like him. It's just more. Yeah.
No,
he just comes off as like a douche canoe.
It's
so,
just the arrogance that he
Yeah.
has, and I crossed up Steph Curry once in a game. Shut up.
good for you.
Who cares?
It helps when your arms are
Yeah.
your wingspan's 8 feet long.
Just really quick too. BMAX says the Timberwolves won the championship last year. Don't y'all remember the confetti falling and Patrick Beverley crying, standing on the scorer's table afterwards? Oh wait, that was a playing game. I love you so much, B-Mac. And
I
then
love B-Mac.
he also says LeBron's current contract does not allow him to be traded until 2024. That is correct. I forgot about that.
Oh, that's not
he's a
it.
free agent after next year too, so he's not going anywhere.
He's going. So he's a free agent after them. He's gonna go wherever his son gets drafted.
Yeah,
Where is he
more than likely wherever Bronny goes, that's where he's
Yeah,
probably
that's
going,
where he's
which is
gonna go.
probably how he wanted it to be set up. So
So Bulls fans, that's out of the.
I thought there was a certain date that he hits that he could be like traded, but maybe I was mistaken on that. I don't know.
So Bulls
Maybe I was
fans,
thinking wrong.
cool your jets. LeBron's not coming to Chicago.
Yeah, you know what?
You should be okay with that because then you know
Yeah.
how high tickets are gonna be.
Yeah,
God.
it's okay if he doesn't come ever to Chicago. That's fine. It's not like we need guys to come.
I
here
rather
ceremonially.
wanted him when him and D Wade were gonna come.
I listen. I'd take MJ right now if he wanted to come back over LeBron at
Yeah,
this
right.
point. And just sit back there and shoot
the championships
jumpers.
they would have had, Rose, D Wade, and LeBron.
Could have happened.
That would have been better than the Golden
But
State
you wanted to go to South Beach.
loser. Anyways, all right, that wraps up enough NBA for today. That's more than I think we were going to talk about. But
We
could go-
overcompensated for yesterday.
we could, yeah. You guys got to hear my rant about Frontier Airlines. So
That was still great.
don't worry, we're not going to be sponsored by Frontier Airlines. Never, ever, 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 ever.
But if they would like to talk,
You can't reach them.
that is high five on
Thank
that.
you.
That is great. That is absolutely great.
So
Couldn't contact them anyways if we tried. So
I would love to, but I'm gonna I'm gonna have them hang up on me. Freaking bastards. No, you gotta put a Yelp review, and then the corporate. You gotta put the corporate.
right.
Corporate will get back to you.
Nobody got back to you until you put up a review of theirs. Oh, somebody's angry.
All we gotta do is Frontier sucks. Oh, I'm sorry. What can we do? Oh, glad that I got your
That is
attention.
so
Would you
good.
like to do a partnership?
That is so good. That's the first time that's ever probably worked. I guarantee it.
That was. I know. We
Oh my
cheated
God.
the system. You need to get a hold of Frontier.
Yelp reviews don't
Just
mean
bash
anything.
them.
Well, we got our refund after it, so ha.
What? How'd you do that? I couldn't even get a real person on the line.
That is great.
I made it that far, but they hung up on me 5 times.
Persistence, folks.
Persistence. You know what?
Persistence.
Kudos to Frontier.
Absolutely.
They followed the rule book real quick. Real good. All right.
Oh boy.
Let's not open that can of worms. We already went over that. But all right, that wraps up our NBA talk. We'll have more of it closer to the NBA deadline. But coming up next, David's going to come and join us, hopefully, as it is time for the world's greatest segment of all of sports and entertainment. That's right. It is time for your Killin Me Smalls. And if you had something that you guys had to just bitch and rave, please, for the love of God, please, we love hearing from you. Send them to our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at BlowTWhistle1. That's BLWTWHIST1. Or you can send them on our email, as I said, blowtwhistleradio@gmail.com. Please send them to us. We like to add on your guys' chaotic shit that you've, we can say it. It's on the live stream. I don't have to mark it like yesterday. We love hearing from you guys. Love adding into our chaos that we have. So coming up next, you're Killin Me Smalls here on Blow the Whistle in Illinois Media School Studios in Lombard.
The Chicagoland area has a large number of lonely dogs currently filling shelter pens, just waiting to find a family. Nothing adds warmth to a home like a wagging tail and a warm pair of brown eyes. If you are considering adding a dog to your household, visit the Anderson Animal Shelter, where adoption counselors can assist you in selecting your new best friend. Make your house a home. Adopt a shelter dog. To see a current list of adoptees, visit their website at www.andersonanimalshelter.org or meet them in person at 1000 South LaFox Street in South Elgin. Don't have room in the home for a new furry family member? Donations of toys, collars, and soft or hard non-perishable dog food are always accepted and are greatly appreciated. All animals are spayed or neutered and are waiting with tails wagging to find a loving home. Visit 1000 South LaFox Street in South Elgin or www.andersonanimalshelter.org for more details.
Hey, watch your mouth. Why? I'll just put a quarter in the swear jar. Once it's filled, we get a Coors party after work. I've been drinking Coors since my college days. The cold draft taste, the second. Yeah, worth a recorder, am I right? You know it, mother.
Hey, you get those reports done?
Yeah. No. You, sir. Attention, employees.
The staff meeting, scheduled for this evening, will now be held tomorrow early as
Who's all? Dudes, we're only 75 cents short. Oh, shh. The boss. Hey, sir, go yourself. You're fired! I still get beer.
And welcome back to Blow the Whistle here in Lombard Studios.
Straight out of Lombard.
We've been here for years.
He's back, guys. He's back. He doesn't need to take,
Poof, and he came back.
he needed to take a little. He needed to take
I'm
a
magical for a fat kid.
He needed a little snooze. He needed to take a little snooze. All right. You guys know what time it is, as I said it before.
Mm-hmm.
It is time for the greatest segment of all of entertainment and sports. You're Killin Me Smalls. And as I said before, Tweet us out, message us, DM us, do all the good old things. You're killing me, Smalls, because come on, there was a lot out there, and there always is. And we love hearing from you guys, so you guys tweet them at us at BlowTWhistle1, BLOWTWHISTLE1. Since David sat out last segment, let's have him kick this segment off. Start the chaos.
Me first, you're killing me, Smalls, goes out to a certain tight end of the Dallas Cowboys. Dalton Schultz, like, I could understand if it was a hard catch or if the ball was, like, out of bounds and you just couldn't get that second foot down. But, like, any normal wide receiver or tight end probably could have gotten 3 feet down on that one. Just saying, it shows the lack of football IQ that Cowboys team has.
Yeah.
Not to mention the most absurd final play I have ever seen in my life. Did y'all see Ezekiel Elliott get mollywopped? Like, just straight lambasted?
His non-block?
He stood in front of the dude, just goes, and you just see Ezekiel go.
He was taking the charge.
That was Jimmy Ward, by the way, folks. Or no, Fred Warner. That was Fred Warner. Jimmy Ward
laid the hit.
Destroyed Dalton Schultz.
Laid his ass.
No, it wasn't Dalton
out.
Schultz. It was Turpin.
Oh, Turpin.
Oh, was it Turpin?
Turpin's trying to
that's
throw the
right.
ball, and he goes, no.
His,
Like, his body just rejected it because it got hit so hard.
From USFL MVP and All-Star to rug mat for the Jimmy Ward
Now,
hit.
give Turpin credit where credit's due. I think he's one of the most talented guys on that team.
Yeah.
I mean, returning-wise, he's
He
phenomenal.
made the Pro Bowl.
Did he?
Yeah, he made the Pro Bowl from where he started to where he's at now. That's a huge jump, but
I mean, congratulations to you, but boy.
he wasn't ready for that.
No. I don't think any of them. I really think the Dallas Cowboys were like, oh, they're going to lay back and let us throw it a couple times.
No.
And then, no.
he came flying down.
Yeah.
Ward was running downhill from the moment that thing was in process.
Don't mess
He
with
was
Jimmy
ready
Ward.
to end the game.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
like, come on, guys, let's go home.
Time to go home. Boom.
God, that was a gnarly hit.
Ugh.
Mike McCarthy should be fired. Let's just put it out there.
I thought you just said earlier.
I
you
said
should,
he
that was.
shouldn't be.
Oh yeah, you never answered that.
He never answered it.
No, Mike McCarthy should be fired. Oh, and by the way, for all those teams that are out there that have not interviewed Kellen Moore yet, what the hell are you waiting for? Especially if you have an offensive-minded team. Like, that'd be my first call. Hello, Tampa. Tampa.
That's a good question.
I think Kellen Moore's probably an offensive genius. But that being said, why are you laughing at me?
No,
It's not you.
there's
It's,
a picture I found.
He found a
Oh.
picture, I think, for his You're Killing Me Smalls.
I don't know if I'm gonna use it, but
Is
I'll
it a
I'll
tripod
mention it.
picture?
No.
All right.
have it on my
So
laptop.
that being said,
Good.
to
Never
the
know.
absolute ineptitude of football IQ that the Dallas Cowboys showed during that game and the weaning moments of the game, I give you a big old
Killing
I dare the Cowboys fans to come after me. Dare you?
All right, Andrew.
Him. Go after him.
After him.
All right. Mine goes to good old Billy Boy Belichick up there in Boston and the New England Patriots. Well, they've been on the search for their offensive coordinator, and guess what? They found him. They're going to go with Bill O'Brien again. Oohs and ahs across the board. Now, I understand why you're doing it. He did coach Mac Jones, so that is a plus side at Alabama.
Mac Jones look like a quarterback.
He made him look like a quarterback. And he did actually have success with the Patriots. He was the one-time offensive coordinator for them in 2011 when they lost to the Giants for the second time in the Super Bowl. And then obviously went on to have success at Penn State and then got the job with Houston and so on and so forth. And he's been the winningest assistant in Belichick's entire class, because from Mangini to Romeo Crennel to now even Josh McDaniels, they've all sucked. But he's just
Don't
one
forget
game.
about Joe Judge.
Scott. I don't even know all of them at this point.
Dude, there was the
Al
Detroit,
Groh,
the Detroit.
Matt Patricia, of course. Maybe we could go down the list.
I do think he has one on his team that's going to be a great.
Is it
head
Jared
coach.
Mayo?
Yes.
I think
a
lot of people like Jared Mayo.
I think Jared Mayo is going to be a hell of a coach.
He could be. Well, and I guess Brian Flores, to a degree, also is in that too. But why do you stay with the Patriot guys? Go outside your wheelhouse. Find somebody new, innovative. You know what he's going to bring. He's going to bring the same old crud he had in New England the last time he was there, when he and Brady were arguing with each other on the sidelines. I know they played that down, but even still to this day, I think Brady was not a fan of Bill O'Brien, because even Brian Hoyer, his backup, was not a fan of Bill O'Brien. He did not like the man at all. He said he was too pompous, too arrogant, thought he was always right. I mean, come on. Ryan Mallett said F you and gave him the finger and was like, get me out of Texans. I don't want to be in Houston anymore.
Why do you think they traded DeAndre Hopkins?
Exactly.
For nothing.
Exactly. And even still, even though it hasn't worked for the Cardinals, that still is a bad trade no matter what. That still is terrible. You sucked, Bill O'Brien. You sucked, ultimately. But to the Patriots, for their complete ineptitude, inability to be able to innovate and become anything different from the usual, I give you a big ol'
You're killing me, Smalls.
ridiculous.
David, you got another one?
I don't have another one.
Oh.
I just had an interesting thing pop up on my phone.
Okay.
Bleacher Report is reporting that Aaron Rodgers is now linked to the Indianapolis Colts.
So we're just, everybody's sticking with the normal, huh? Patriots gonna hire Patriot guys, and the Colts are just like, who's the oldest guy in the league? Him was a quarterback.
You're kidding.
Nope.
Oh, Chris Ballard said he'd do whatever it takes.
An exec says Indianapolis could be a potential trade destination for the star quarterback if Green Bay parts ways with him.
If they trade the 4th overall pick for him, that's the dumbest
That
thing.
is dumb as hell.
Even if they don't take a quarterback, the Colts need that 4th pick to draft like an offensive tackle. You know, something you need. Or help on the edge rush.
What happened to the Will Levis train?
God bless Bill or Jim Irsay.
Oh my God. This guy. Jim Irsay, man, you're better than your father, but you're messing it up again, man. You're really screwing this up.
Don't be stupid.
I will say one that
God.
I've liked as far as trade rumors go.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me what you think of this.
Okay.
Derek Carr to the New York Jets.
A lot of people have talked about that. I
like that.
I like it. I think he fits. I certainly think he fits.
Especially with Breece Hall coming back next year.
He's exactly what Zach Taylor should be, but I don't think Zach Taylor will ever become, or Zach Wilson. Yes, yeah, sorry.
It's like Zach Taylor.
Yeah, sorry, Zach Taylor went to my brain. He's what Zach Wilson should be at the pinnacle of his career, but what I think we're going to get is just nothing from him. So I think if you want, go get Derek Carr, who I think can.
Don't bury Zach Wilson yet.
Oh, I'm. He's 3 feet into that 6 foot grave.
Oh, I do not disagree.
He's got 1 foot in.
Possibility.
Career-wise.
There's one destination and one destination only.
You said the Rams.
Yes.
I don't think that's gonna help.
Yes, please.
Will he back up Baker Mayfield, or is he going to take the starting spot?
Who's his OC? They don't have one yet.
They don't have one right now.
But that's the thing that I'm wondering.
Although rumor has it's probably Cliff Kingsbury.
And I gotta get him out of Thailand. And you know what? People want to go to Thailand.
God.
They want to go to Thailand for a thing. So
Stop your noise. Allegedly.
Right, allegedly. There's nothing. Look, he just bought a ticket to Thailand. I don't know what he's doing over there.
He bought a ticket to Thailand.
But yeah, that's my first one.
All right, go for it.
All right. Mine, You're Killing Me Small. My first one is going to go after, I'm surprised you guys didn't, Shannon Sharp. as we talked about this yesterday.
I was hoping you were
I
going to do it.
have comments on this.
Okay. If you guys didn't see, Shannon Sharp almost got into a fight with Ja Morant's dad.
He
And
almost got in a fight with a lot of people.
benches cleared and everything like that. And
Not benches, just one bench.
just what the Grizzlies
A
bench.
A bench.
A bench. And, buddy, Steven Adams coming at you. You need to back down. You're not in your prime
Chill,
no more.
man.
Relax. One, it's just a game. I don't even know what the whole
It was trash talk.
just trash talk.
He was trash talking Dylan Brooks, and then it went from Dylan Brooks to him getting held back because Ja's dad started getting at him, and then Steven Adams is coming at him, and then Ja's dad gets in his face. It was comical but chaotic at the same time.
It was chaotic where it didn't need to be.
Yeah.
And Shannon Sharp, you're a big dude. You obviously played in the NFL. You're a little on the older side.
He's 50.
There's there's grown man strength, old man strength. But you're talking about a 7-footer mammoth of Steven Adams. I
One of
mean,
the strongest guys in the league.
I would have stayed away. Like, I mean, he's literally looks like Aquaman.
Yeah.
And so I would have stayed away from him. But I mean, just that whole thing, it was like why?
What if Roman Reigns was 7'1"?
Yeah.
It was like literally, you're sitting there Now don't get us wrong. What, Shannon Sharp's 6'4"?
So he's 6'3",
6'5",
6'4". He's
6'4".
probably about 240.
Big dude.
Yeah.
He is a big dude.
Steven Adams went right up close to him, and you were like, good God.
Steven Adams has 40 pounds on him and like a full, almost
a
half a
foot.
foot on you, dude. Like, what are you doing?
Dude.
And he's from New Zealand.
Yeah.
He's played rugby.
They are born to play rugby and be mammoths. He just
That's
chose
why they
basketball.
always win the Rugby World Cup, folks.
every year.
If you see that
All
team,
Blacks, baby.
you see that team compared to every other rugby team that's out there, you understand why New Zealand is always there.
Especially when they do the haka dance.
That's the most intimidating thing.
Except for
you'll
the
ever see.
basketball team. That was really funny when you did in front of Team USA. It was cool, but it was still funny.
Go
They
Team
were
U.
really small.
And they just looked at him like, what
Yeah,
the
they were
hell
just
is
like, what's going on? But still
James
cool.
Harden's look was hilarious. But to that whole scuffle and Shannon Sharp, I don't know why you were so emotional about this because it has nothing to really do with you. I give you a big old, move it, Mike, a big old.
Killing me, Smalls.
There you go.
See, but once again, it has to come back to, has someone gone a little off the rocker?
Which, in who? Shannon Sharp?
Yeah.
Or I think I would put this on Shannon Sharp, man. He didn't have to. Don't walk out on the court like that.
There was
I mean,
need.
Spike Lee trash talks with everybody all the time in the garden, and he never
And
gets out on the
The
court.
closest he comes is maybe a half an inch.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
And that was only with Reggie.
right.
He
Well,
does-
it was Reggie, and then there was the time with Scotty, but that's because Scotty went to him and was like, "Sit down."
Oh, by the way, can I just say something really quick about my Atlanta Falcons? Just real fast. Listen to what I'm saying right here. If you do not hire Vic Fangio as your defensive coordinator, I'm going to come down there and burn the Mercedes-Benz Superdome, whatever the hell you want to call it, down to the ground. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
Thank you for throwing that out there. As
We need a disclaimer when stuff gets said like that. Like this, the views do not like all that kind of stuff.
we're very high emotional people.
Yeah, exactly.
But
I saw that,
You
and
may or
I
may not
did
mean
the
these
little
things.
giddy laugh. I was like, "Hee." I got excited. I got excited, but now they're interviewing some other schmolo.
who?
Ryan Nielsen,
He's not bad.
the co-DC from the Saints.
Yeah.
Why would you go interconference? No. Although he's going to know.
If
all
Gonna
the
have inner
secrets.
knowledge.
If Fangio's sitting there,
I know. I'd take Fangio in a heartbeat.
why not?
Well, it's also got to think. Does Fangio want to? I think he wants to still coach, but does he want to come back as a DC?
Oh,
I'd say he would.
I'd say
would-
so.
I would
I
say
think
he
he's
would.
a
I
better
don't-
DC than a head coach.
Oh,
I would say, well, yeah.
without a
I don't
shadow
think
of
he
a
was
doubt.
ready for that head coaching job, or if he was, it was years ago. But all right, so Vic Fangio for Atlanta.
All right, double it up.
All right, my other one. It's gonna go out to Jerry Jones. First off, I just thought it was so dumb to interview Jones after like before you even interviewed McCarthy or Dak Prescott after the game, because I'm sorry.
He made that happen. I guarantee
Such a big-headed
you
old
will interview me first
bastard
before you interview anyone else.
And I'm sorry, dude.
Dude, he pays for airtime on the radio waves of Dallas.
And you're not giving anything
That's why
out.
he gets interviewed.
It's like, it was very, very, very sickening. Very sickening. That was the thing I hated the most. Sickening. Did you play 4 quarters out there?
It's just a disgusting look.
It was a disgusting look
I
of
know
our
of
Cowboys.
at least one other person that felt sick after that game.
Oh.
Mattress Mac.
For those that don't know, Mattress Mac put $2.5 million on the Dallas Cowboys.
I mean, granted, he's got $75 million to deal with because that's how much he won with the Astros future bet. But
It was that guy?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. Oh, yeah. He'd be sitting pretty.
He's sitting pretty win or lose. That dude does not care.
Yeah, I know.
He's just like, I don't know if he has family. I'm assuming he does, but he's just like, yeah, let's just keep throwing it out there. Let's just keep doing it all. Come on. I love this guy. I love his bets.
But Jerry Jones, I don't know why you're over here talking like you're the one that lost. I mean, you're just up there collecting the money. And you know you guys are never going to make it that far every year.
Yeah.
So,
That's
shut up. And I already don't like you to begin with. You're just an annoying ass old man. So, yeah, that was basically as much as it is. I mean, so Jerry Jones, for just
existing.
Just being you, I give you a big old.
Killing me, Smalls.
I mean, if you wanted to go dad joke with it,
Oh, jeez. Here we go.
you could have called him a glory hog.
Killing me, Smalls.
That works on so many different levels that I don't even know if he knows it.
I don't think he does.
Don't think I do.
It's because Jerry Jones played at Arkansas.
Did he really?
Yeah. He played with Jimmy
Oh.
Johnson. They were on the national championship team from
So he's a
60.
He's a hot.
Razorback. Sue Pig.
A what?
Sue Pig.
A Razorback, you mean?
They say Sue Pig though, don't they?
No, they go Suey. Something pig. I forgot what it is. But they do the whole Suey. Something Razorbacks. I forgot the chant.
That seems like
It's a cool
Arkansas
chant.
thing.
It is. I'll give him that. It is cool. Oh, and can I want to do one real quick one since we're on that.
Yeah.
If I may. This is my quick one.
Go for it.
For Texas A&M hiring Bobby Petrino and bringing him back into the goddamn life. You had to bring him back into the SEC.
I saw that and I'm like, oh, that is such a Jimbo Fisher move.
I can't.
That is such a
I'm gonna be
Jimbo
honest.
Fisher move.
I'm kind of happy with this at the same time. I can't wait to see what kind of dysfunction happens
Oh,
here.
you know he's gonna get sick of it like 2 months in and be like, I'm out.
Yeah. What does it matter? I'm dating 2 of the Texas A&M cheerleaders anyways. Hop on my motorcycle. Let's go. To Bobby Petrino, I give you, and Jimbo Fisher too, I give you both a big O.
Killing me, Smalls.
I had to.
All my players are leaving Bobby. What do I do? Let him ride your motorcycle.
Traitor, gutless. That's what you are, Petrino. Yeah. Unbelievable.
I will never, ever.
I was going to say,
ever,
you have, as an Atlanta fan.
Never root for him ever.
You know about that, right, Tyler? Bobby Petrino as Atlanta. He was hired as the Atlanta Falcons head coach.
Mm-hmm.
And he left with literally, like, what? 4 games left to play in the season?
4 games left in the season to become the Louisville head coach.
No, Arkansas.
Arkansas.
Yeah.
Arkansas head coach.
And then he got
I
fired.
don't know how I didn't hear
job.
about that.
Yeah. He left a note in everyone's locker that said, thank you, everybody. It was great being here. And then Lawyer Malloy crossed out Bobby Petrino's name and put traitor on in marker. And it's captured.
When
right
was
there on
this?
This was 2000. This Michael Vick got hurt. It was 2007, I want to say. I think because he broke his fibula then.
I was excited when they hired Petrino because his system fit Vick's.
Yeah, or maybe 8. I think they had Joey Harrington at the time as their quarterback. I remember that. Warwick Dunn was there. I remember that group. Yeah, it was insane. All right, let me do my other one real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
I just don't understand. Artie Moreno, the owner of the Angels. The news came out today. They've been searching for an owner to purchase it. It sounded like Jakob from the no, Joe Lacob. Excuse me, Joe Lacob. I don't know why I said Jakob. Joe Lacob, who owns the LA Times and the Los Angeles Times, were going to partner up with Patrick Su-Jung to buy the team. Yeah. I mean, you're talking about the Golden State Warriors owner, Su-Jung, who's made a lot of money, and then the Times itself, all purchasing.
That keeps Shohei in Los Angeles.
Absolutely. That's money there to spend on that guy, make him a $500 million player. But no, Artie Moreno says, nah, I'm going to keep the team. It's mine. I'm sorry, LA Angels fans. I'm so sorry you have to keep putting up with this. I don't understand why. Apparently, they're supposed to be worth about $2.2 billion. Those three together should have been enough to buy for like 4. I don't understand what happened. Maybe Moreno thinks, I can get something out of this. No, you can't, man. You're done. You've been a terrible owner since like day one. Like, Reinsdorf is right here, and you just like top him right there. And then there's a few others that are like
Reinsdorf
right
at
up there.
least won a World Series.
Yeah, that's the thing. At least he's got a championship to his name. In more sports than just one, too, by the way. So
yeah, he has a six pack.
Yeah, it's true. So to Arnie Moreno for not getting a sale done when he should have at this point, I give you a big ol'
Killing me, Smalls.
damn Walt Disney money. That's what he's from. Because he worked with the Walt Disney Company. That's why he bought the team for $183 million. They're worth 2.2 because of 2 players. And now those 2 players probably won't have a future because you screwed it up. Unbelievable. All right.
Anytime you want to come to Philly, Mike Trout, feel free, buddy. Just putting it out there.
It's David.
Oh, I guess it is me.
You got the last one, my friend.
So, I was informed by a little birdie to my left that a lot of you didn't like our takes on Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Tough shit. Those are our opinions. You want to call my boy a racist because he speaks the truth about Lamar Jackson not being as good as everybody thinks he is? Oh, and by the way, Patrick Mahomes had what happened to him in the game?
Sprained his ankle.
What kind of sprain?
High ankle.
High ankle sprain. Worst kind of sprain you can have.
Mm-hmm.
Should not have been on the field. But look who comes back out, Wilson Reed style.
Willis Reed.
Willis Reed. Thank you.
I got you. That's why I'm here, folks.
I knew.
You were in the right realm. Yeah.
It was a ground rule double.
I wasn't sure who you were going to go with, but I knew where you were going with it.
How many weeks did your boy sit out?
Month and a half.
Give or take.
He wasn't at 100%. Jalen Hurts already come out and said he's not at 100%. If Lamar Jackson gave 2 poos about the Baltimore Ravens organization, he would have played in the playoffs. I get not playing in the regular season. You've made the playoffs.
Yeah.
You're dinged up. I get that. But rest up.
Yeah.
And let's get ready for adult time, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
If I'm an NFL organization right now, I do not trust him.
Mm-hmm.
I do not want to play with him. Can't win with him. Can't play with him.
Cannot coach him. Can't do it. Can't win.
Can't pay him.
Can't pay him. And for that person that said that I was jealous because I just wish Lamar Jackson was on the Atlanta Falcons. Hey, boys, what did I say would happen if Lamar Jackson became an Atlanta Falcons fan?
You're going to the 49ers.
Yeah.
Point blank, end of story. That's how much I do not like Lamar Jackson. He is overrated, probably will be overpaid, and will never win a Super Bowl unless he has superior talent around him. He is never going to lead a team to the Super Bowl. He'll be there, but he'll never lead it. So, for all you people that want to dog my boy over here and come at me, come on. I dare you. Come to Illinois Media School. We'll have you on the set.
I have said to many
And
of
I
you.
guarantee you, I will bury you.
We'll find a way to put you on. We'll put you on the radio stuff, and you can call in. We have that ability.
Please.
You are more than welcome to share your opinions with us if you so choose to. We'll put the phone number out there for you to do so.
Oh, and by the way,
Your call.
I'll guarantee you, if I think it's this person that I think it is, hey, Grant, it'll be okay, buddy. Because guess what? You're still undefeated in the preseason. And on that note, to all the haters out there, I give you a big old...
You're killing me, Smalls.
Yeah, and plus you still got you got another quarterback that almost won you the playoff game anyways in Tyler Huntley. So
Yeah.
what are you guys worried about? I look, man, no matter what you think, look, at the end of the day, this is our opinions. If you don't like them, it's fine.
Tough shit.
If you don't...
Thanks for watching.
Appreciate it, too.
We got other people that like to listen to us.
Yeah, just understand that, we're not trying to get you guys rattled up.
Oh, yeah, we are.
Well, okay, sometimes we are. But
Look at me.
We're not...
No. Look at me. You want to come at us? Come at us. I have no problem with you sitting on this stage with us, coming on our show. But I guarantee you're not going to like the words that come out of our mouths.
Yeah.
Because we have the information to back up what we are talking about. Do you meatball fan? That's right. I said it. Meatball.
Or hot dog or hamburger, whatever your preference is.
Same as every other Dallas
shithead.
Cowboy fans breaking their goddamn TVs because their boys lost. Dak Prescott, overrated.
Speaking of which, our boy B-Mac also said, is Jerry Jones the worst owner GM? Is the worst GM in sports, considering he's held the title since 89? Yeah, I think he's somewhere in the middle because obviously the 90s, he made some really good moves and they win Super Bowls. But
Did he, though?
yeah,
Or
he
was
a-
it
he was a
Jimmy
part of it.
Johnson going, you're picking this mother trucker?
Well, I think it was a combination of him and Jimmy. In some way, I think he does take some credit on that. But ultimately, with the slew of nonsense they've had from winning that last Super Bowl till now, you look at his picks, they've hit on maybe, I think they said like a fourth of them in the time since that
they
last
had a
Super Bowl.
good draft class last year.
Yeah. That was a good
Year
group.
was phenomenal.
That was a good group. And I think they can have a lot more, but I don't know if he's the worst GM.
Quit
but
holding on to the past. Ezekiel, put him out to pasture.
I think it's fair to say being owner and GM is not working like it should have.
Get someone other than Michael. I got a hitch in my Gallup.
That was dumb.
That was good. Screw you.
So on that,
I still can't go hard.
TJ, you said you had one, man. Did you want to do it or?
Yeah, no problem. So,
I think he's charged for this.
well, no, because I put the mic over here. I'm like,
Oh, okay.
all right. So, as you guys remember, or
Please.
so anyway, as you guys may have known, I do bar bingo. No problem.
Yes.
Talking to some guys before the football game started between the Bills and the Bengals. Talking to a guy. This guy gets on his phone and he's talking to me. No problem.
Yeah.
Well, he comes to me at halftime. He's screaming. He goes, "We did it. We did it." I'm like, "We did what?" He put a parlay down on everything I told him that was going on.
And hit.
And it hit. It hit for $586. And then you know what? Because it's not my money, I don't have a real problem with it. It's bad. But he said, "Well, can I buy you a beer?" And I'm like, "Well, I can't drink right now. But you know what? This little old lady over here has come every week. She just gets a glass of wine and a side salad. Could you just get her the wine, maybe even the side salad at the same time?" He goes, "Yeah, probably, nobody, buddy, yeah, absolutely. I'll do that, no problem." I'm like, "Okay." And then I see that this woman gets a bill. He got her refill on wine. It was $4 flippin' dollars. He put out $4 flippin' dollars. Her bill originally was $10. So I asked people, like, is this one? And then am I wrong in this one? Like, he spent he won $586 and he put out $4. He couldn't have put out 10 and just cover her. And the bartender goes, no. I'm like,
Bastard.
I'm like, so for being, I guess, really inventive and putting down the money on the parlay for me with your own money, for being an a-hole to this little old lady and not even just picking up her salad, and on top of it, bugging the hell out of me because he put the parlay in at the half and I was in the middle of doing bingo when the half started again. I will say to you, sir,
You're killing me, Smalls.
and that's exactly it.
Unbelievable.
God, what a douche canoe. Can only spend $4 out of
You can't fork up, like, a
$585.
little bit more, man.
I would have been like, offered a round.
Something. I mean, come
Come
on,
on,
man. You just want
dude.
some money.
Fucking jackass.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well,
You and your filter have just gone bye-bye.
Yeah, you got
gone.
sailor's mouth.
I'm honestly surprised.
I'm sexually frustrated.
I'm honestly surprised that I have not let it out on 670. I think because I know what will happen if I do.
I swear to God.
Bite your tongue.
I swear to God, Tyler.
I never gotten to that close to the point.
Yeah.
I've said ass, which that's okay. Some people might not know what you can say or cannot say on the air.
That's true.
There are a lot of people that don't know what you can and cannot say.
So
And now we teach you. No.
we're not teachers. Well, kind of. He kind of is.
Not this show, another show. A show that will soon be.
Let's say bye-byes.
Let's go home. I'm hungry. All right. That was your Killin Me Smalls. This has been Blow the Whistle. You guys can find us now we're starting to become more consistent. We'll be back on Monday on the radio side from 2 to 4. We'll be back here on the TV stream.
None of my kids want to get another car.
This dude's bought more cars than I bought McDonald's in the past week. So
That's sad.
I mean, that's a flex.
That is.
There's some money bags over here. But you can find us next week. Same bad time, same bad studio. Illinois Media School in Lombard Studios. I still think I said it wrong.
Go.
I still said it wrong.
Illinois Media School Studios in Lombard.
God bless it. Anyways. As always.
1 for 4.
As myself, Tyler Buterball.
Andrew Pepe Valentin.
Butterball Buterball.
David, Double D Dykstra.
And our boy, TJ. Squirrely Haggard.
Oh my God.
Knacker. God, I'm hungry.
Time to go.
That being said, stay positive, be positive, surround yourself with positivity. We'll be back next week. This has been Blow the Whistle.